Tonight, the Franklin Indians invade Alexander Stadium after two very impressive wins over Edgewood and Carlisle. But the Piqua Indians waiting in the lair, they are still coming back from a very strong performance last Friday night against the Trotwood Madison Rams, even though they were edged in what was a terrific ball game. Tonight's ball game ought to be very, very exciting. And Bob Luby, what are the keys for a win tonight for our Piqua Indians?
Well, I think two keys are going to be critical. Number one, limit the explosive plays of Franklin. They have three players that are capable of taking the ball all the way on any play. Ryan Montgomery, Braden White, and Jarrett Kinzer. And with that trio, the Indians will have to be on their toes and play solid defense. And secondly, the Indians will have to stay away from turnovers. You want to eliminate turnovers. Last week, only one turnover. That was good, but unfortunately, that turnover turned into a score for Trotwood. So you want to eliminate all turnovers completely.
Well, we got a minute. How about the starting lineup for both the Wildcat Franklin and the Piqua Indians?
Well, Franklin won the toss and elected to defer to the second half. So the Indians will be on offense to begin the game, and they'll line up with number 55, Colton Meyer at center. He's 5'10", a 222-pound senior. The guards will be number 72, Ben Bynum, a 5'11", 252-pound senior, and Riley Hill, a 6'2", 285-pound sophomore. Tackles, number 68, Caden Clark, a 6'3", 305-pound junior, and number 56, Brent Lemon, a 6'4". 271-pound senior. Tight end number 85, Derek Height, a 6'3", 269-pound senior. Flankers number 6, Hayden Shrub, a 6'3", 182-pound senior, and Olin Toops, number 15. No, excuse me, Kale Mextroff, number 5, a 6'1", 187-pound junior. Quarterback number 3, Austin Davis. He's 5'11", a 202-pound senior. Running back Ben Smeezing, number 23. He's 6'2", a 222-pound senior. For Franklin, defensively, they'll line up in a 4-4 defense, and they'll line up across the front with number 33, TJ Kepler, a 6'1", 215-pound senior. Number 62, Nathan Glossa, a 6'1", 245-pound senior. Number 66, David Figiola, a 5'11", 240-pound junior, and number 47, Cole Crane, a 6'1", 175-pound senior. Linebackers, number 48, Logan Clark, a 5'10", 180-pound senior. Number 16, Ryan Nipper, 5'11", 225-pound senior. Number 32, Matt Centers, a 6', 190-pound junior. And Clay Winstead, number 21, a 5'10", 175-pound senior.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the pride of the football, Marching Band.
170-pound senior. And Cooper Daniels, 5'7", 140-pound junior. And number 7, Jared Kinzer, 6'2", 180-pound pound senior.
Those are your starting lineups for tonight's ball game. Piqua Indians against the Franklin Wildcats. Bob, we got a couple minutes before we get to the national anthem. Let's take a peek. Well, by the way, next week we're going to be able to talk about the computer ratings. They'll be out after this week's game. But in lieu of that, let's talk a little bit about the high school football power ratings that we had in the Dayton Daily News this morning. Go through some of those and make some observations about the various divisions. And again, as our viewers are probably going to know, there have been some changes. In fact, there are people who believe that the changes are going to make it more difficult to get into the playoff this year than last year. We'll talk about that later. What were some observations you had about the 7 divisions that the Dayton Daily News ranked for this week?
Well, let's start with Division 3. Of course, that's the division Piqua fits into. Strong division. Number 1 through the Dayton Daily News ratings is Trotwood Madison. They're 2-0. Franklin is number 2. They're also 2-0. Piqua's listed as number 3. Of course, 1-1. Number 4 is Kettering Alter. Number 5 is Dunbar. And others in the region who aren't ranked: Chaminade, Julienne, Greenville, Thurgood Marshall, Tippecanoe, Vandalia, Butler, West Carrollton, and Wilmington.
There are some teams in that division, Bob, that we're going to see in the regular schedule.
Oh yeah, well, of course we've already played Trotwood. We're going to see Greenville, of course. We're going to see Tippecanoe. We're going to see Vandalia, Butler, and West Carrollton. So we'll play quite a few of the teams in Division 3.
Any other divisions that we need to look at?
Well, I always like Division 1 just because usually there's some good football teams in that division. Wayne is listed as number 1. Had a very unfortunate opening over in Pennsylvania. Pine Richland hammered over there. Came back and defeated Little Teams and Liberty. Monterey and host an 8-year team. It was 0-3. So I'm guessing that Springfield ranked number 2. They defeated Cincinnati Princeton last week. They host Lima Senior tonight. Miamisburg at 3rd place.
Put your hands together for your Piqua Indians!
They also 2-0 defeated Dakota West. Host Pickerington North and Fairmont also 5-0. They beat Hamilton last week, playing at Milford this evening.
Well, Division 1 and Division 3 are the ones that we're keeping our eyes on. Both teams are on the field, so it won't be but a minute before we're going to get the national anthem, and then we're going to kick this thing off. Beautiful night for football, Bob. There's no reason to be any place in the world other than at Alexander Stadium tonight if you're a high school football fan.
Oh, it's perfect. It's not hot, it's not cold, just in the middle. A nice, like a fall day. Of course, a little early for fall, but that's the way it feels, and looks like it's going to be, it should be a good football game.
At this time, the fans at Alexander Stadium are asked to stand for the playing of our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. By the Piqua High School Marching Band, and we're just a minute or 2 away from kickoff. A reminder, you're watching Piqua High School football on the Indian Nation Station, your home for Piqua Athletics. Well, Bob Luby, The Indians are going to get the ball first. And again, last week they were on the defensive side, and they put a stop on the first offensive series by Trotwood Madison. This week we're on the offensive side. Let's see whether or not the Indians might be able to score first and get a little psychological advantage.
It would be nice to get the football and just drive it downfield, sustain the drive, 10-11 play drive, pick up those first downs, and just establish themselves as the team that's going to take control of this football game.
And again, the officials now walking the midfield. The band, Piqua band, finding its way off the field. It doesn't appear as though Franklin brought their band to Piqua tonight, so the halftime ceremonies will include just the performance of the Piqua High School band. Just about ready to kick it off, Bob, but again, it couldn't be a nicer night. And again, if the Indians can play as well tonight as they played last Friday night, they have a chance of beating these 2-0 Franklin Wildcats, although the Franklin Wildcats are nothing to take for granted.
Oh no, they're a good football team. I talked to Coach Neese a little bit yesterday, and he says, they're up there right alongside Trotwood with that kind of talent. They have some people that can really hurt you, and it'll be up to the Indians to defend their turf and come up with some
Back into
shots.
the Indians, number 23,
Well, the Brad Childers, the
and number 5, Cale
Franklin
Metcalf.
coach, sends his kicking unit out there, and we're just about ready to get this one underway. The kicker is going to be we're told number 44. That is Brian Thacker. Deep for Piqua is Ben Schmeezing, Hayden Shrub, and Cale Metcalf. Let's see what happens as we get this one underway on an absolutely perfect night for high school football. Two awfully fine teams. Let's see what happens as this thing gets ready to kick off here at Alexander Stadium, Perk Field. A few more people here tonight from Franklin than we had last week. Good to see people traveling up. They travel pretty well, and again, they should. They're a pretty good football team.
Number 44, Brian Thacker.
Brian Thacker's getting ready now to kick it off deep for the Wildcats of Franklin. Waiting for the whistle from referee Mark Bergsman. There's the whistle. Thacker. Thacker's going to kick it to the right side. It's going to be over to Cale Metcalf. Cale's going to pick up the football at about the 23-yard line. Not much of an advance after that, so the Indians have the ball. 1st and 10. Let's see where they spot it.
Stop for the Wildcats, number 47, Cole Range.
25-yard line, I think.
I believe you're right, Bob. Right on the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Indians. Let's see what happens. Last week, the Indians offensively were very, very strong. 3 wide outs to the near side, 1 to the top side. Austin Davis in the shotgun. He's going to go back to pass, looking to the sideline. Tries to find number 15, that's Owen Toop. Overthrew him, although Colin Rowe was also out there. Incompleted pass, 2nd down and 10.
Franklin came out in a 3-man front. They vary their defenses. They use multiple defenses. Typically they're a 4-4 team, but they showed a 3-man front that time. Dropped more back in pass coverage. I think they feel a little threatened by the Indians' success throwing the football.
Let's see what happens as the Indians come up to the line of scrimmage. Austin Davis hands it off to Ben Schmeezing. Ben Schmeezing around the left side. Turns the corner, gets to about the 30-yard line before he's dropped in there by a host of white jerseys. Let's see what we can give him from yardage. Looks like he might have got, Bob, what, 4?
Yeah, they stopped the clock. I don't know why they're officials stopped the clock.
I did not see a flag. Yes, we did. We had a holding call against the Indians. So the penalty is the reason the clock has stopped. So they're going to put the ball back on the 15-yard line. So the big loss is going to make it 2nd down. 2nd down, and I say 2nd down and a long 20. Not a good spot to be in early, Bob.
No, it's not. And Franklin jumps back into looks like a 5-man front now.
Davis this time hands it off inside. Let's see who's going to get off the stack. Very little gain. Number 35, Davon Brown, was the ball carrier. Tried left tackle, but didn't have much luck. In fact, gained but a yard.
The charge, the penalty for the Wildcats. Number 32, Matt Centers.
Third down now at 18 for the Indians.
And Owen Toops into the ball game for the Indians. Looks like a passing situation.
Austin Davis in the shotgun. Hands it off to Ben Smeezy. Ben Smeezy gets to about the 21-yard line before it's dropped. And that's going to bring in a punting situation for the Indians. So Mick Karn, number 11, going to punt it away for the Indians. Let's see who's going to be deep. Looks like it's going to be number 22, Ryan Montgomery. And we're going to hear that name quite a bit tonight. He is their go-to guy.
Ryan Montgomery.
The penalty hurt Piqua, of course, in that series. When you get pushed back another 10 yards, that puts you in a real difficult situation, hard to overcome. So the Indians are going to be forced to kick it here. It looks like Franklin's going to come up with a pretty good field position.
Mick Karn waiting for the snap. Here's the kick. Nice kick. Going to go down. Got a fair catch called by Ryan Montgomery. So the Wildcats of Franklin going to put it in play. Let's see where they're going to spot the football. It's going to be on their own 40. How about the 47-yard line? Now let's see what the Indians defense can do against what is considered one of the real fine offensive units in the Miami Valley.
Camera 1, where you're at right now, zoomed in like that, that's perfect.
Braden White out of the shotgun. He's going to pass. Gets it over to Montgomery. Montgomery picks up the football, gets away from a couple of Piqua tacklers, gets away from 2 more. Boy, he is still loose, and he is going to go all the way down to the 30-yard line. Oh my goodness, Bob. This is a shifty young man. He broke about 4 or 5 tackles.
Yeah, he did a good job. He was stopped. Mick Karn had a shot at him back there. Mick couldn't wrap him up and take him down, and once that happened, Montgomery just broke it away and got down inside the 30.
First and 10 for the Wildcats. So they passed the ball on the first down. Let's see what they do now. First and 10, ball resting on the Piqua 29-yard line.
All right.
Hand off to Montgomery. Montgomery around the right side. Gets some running room. Gets down to the 20-yard line. And very, very close to another Franklin first down.
Nice block out on the
number 7, Jacob Bush now with the tackle.
Looks like go ahead, Bob.
It looked like number 62, Nathan Glossop, got out there, put a hat on somebody and allowed Montgomery to get outside and cut it back inside. Very close, as you said, to the first down, so second and short.
Here come the Wildcats up to the line of scrimmage. Back to pass is the quarterback. He's going to throw to the end zone. Knocked down. Nice defensive work there by number 35. That's Davon Brown. So the incomplete pass in the end zone. Third down and 1.
Penalty coverage for the Indians, number 35, Davon Brown.
7 remaining. No score here as we get started in this football game.
Well, I hate to say there's a big play, but third and 1 makes it a big play if the Indians could make them do something on fourth down, but you'd almost guess that the Wildcats are going to give the ball to Ryan Montgomery. That's exactly who's going to get the ball. He's got the first down and a little bit more all the way down to the 15-yard line and out of bounds.
I'll tell you right now, Franklin's doing a good job blocking with the ball attack. Their offensive line is getting off the football, sustaining blocks, staying with their men, driving them back off the line and setting up natural running lanes for the Franklin ball carriers.
First and 10. Ball resting on the 15-yard line of the Indians. Montgomery again. This time off the left side, gets inside the 10-yard line. And down to about the 7. And I'll tell you right now, Bob, he doesn't have the blazing speed like we saw last week from Hargrove, but he is very, very powerful, and he is very, very quick.
He's a good-sized youngster, 5'11", 195 pounds, and he runs very well. Got a low center of gravity, low pad level. He'll put his shoulder down, run through you, or he can run around you. So I'll tell you, Franklin taking the football here and come right down the field.
Second down and a long one. Penalty on the play. Let's see who that's going to be against.
I think it's a procedure penalty against Franklin.
Yes, that's exactly the call. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty against the visitors.
False start is the call going against the Wildcats.
That's going to make it second down. Let's call it second down. Let's call it second down and a long 6. Well, it's a breather, but Bob, not much of a breather when you look at the shiftiness of number 22.
The Indians are going to have to shut him down and get off blocks. I don't think the Indians are doing a good job right now getting off blocks. They're staying blocked, and Montgomery's taking advantage of that.
White gives it to Montgomery. That time, Bob, they were equal to the occasion. Got down to the 10-yard line with Montgomery on the bottom of the pile. Going to make it third down. Let's call it third down. I think let's call it third down and 5. A little better effort that time.
Looks like Piqua had that covered pretty well, but Montgomery still managed to come up with some positive. He has that
Ball is spot on the 10-yard line.
Sniff out the hole or sniff out an open area, and he did a good job there.
Big play for the Piqua defense right here. White's the quarterback. Back to pass. Going to go to the end zone. And it's going to be intercepted! Intercepted in the end zone by Piqua. That's Mick Karn. Mick Karn down the sideline. He's to the 30. He's to the 40. Breaks a couple tackles all the way to midfield. Mick Karn picked that one off in the end zone and brought it all the way back to midfield. What a beautiful play by Mick Karn, number 11.
Okay, that was an interesting play because that ball was tipped in the air. The Franklin receiver tipped it in the air, but it came right down into Mick Karn's hands, and he just took it right down the sideline, out right at midfield, right on the 50, with 6 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first quarter, no score.
Big turnover in favor of the Indians. Now they're coming to the offensive side. They're going to have the ball right at midfield. 6:50 left to go, first quarter. Still no score in the ball game. Davis in the shotgun. Hands it off this time to Davon Brown. Davon Brown's left tackle. Not much room there, Bob.
No, I'll tell you, just the Indian offensive line got whipped that time. A lot of defenders, a lot of white shirts came over and stopped Brown right at the line of scrimmage. It's important the Indians take advantage of this situation. Good field position, a turnover, little momentum. You have to cash in on that.
Here come the Indians up to the line of scrimmage. Still second down and 10. Davis in the shotgun. Back to pass to the far sideline. He gets it to Hayden Strub. Hayden's got it. Hayden's got it short of the 40-yard line. Going to be a little short of the first down. Looks like he got not enough to make it second down. And let's call it, third down, Bob. Third down, and let's call it third down and 2.
I'll tell you, Franklin immediately jumped into coverage there, and as soon as Hayden caught the football, Logan Clark and Jared Kinzer came out and put the hat right on him to slow him down, stop him.
Indians to the line of scrimmage. Austin Davis over center this time. Hands it off to Ben Smithy, I think. No, it wasn't. It was, again, it was Davon Brown. Davon didn't have much luck, got back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be fourth down. And it's going to be fourth down, and we still have 4th and 2. and it looks like Mick Karn's going to come in and kick it away.
Okay, right now, Franklin's winning the battle at the line of scrimmage. We talked about that early. It's going to be important for the team that expects to win to be able to control the line. Right now, Franklin's in that position.
Game of opportunity, and Piqua just let one get by. Montgomery's deep. He's on the 10-yard line. Mick Karn's going to kick it away from the 45. High kick, good kick. They're going to let it bounce. See if they can keep it in the on the field, and they do. Ball's down inside the 10-yard line, I believe. So the Wildcats going to take the ball right at the 10-yard line. A reminder, you're watching Piqua High School football on the Indian Nation station. You're home for Piqua Athletics. Just a reminder, thanks for our two sponsors, Unity National Bank and Gonzo Radio.
Okay, the Indians got some good field position out of that situation. Franklin has the ball on their 10-yard line with 4:27 remaining in the first quarter. Indians need a stop here, 3 and out.
Quarterback White in the shotgun. Hands off to Montgomery. Montgomery over right tackle.
Montgomery, your ball carrier.
He's going to get a few. Let's see how many he might have. Let's give him 3, Bob. Let's call it second. Well, that's closer to 4. Let's call it second down to 6.
Hey, that guy finds yardage no matter what the defense does or comes up. He finds a way to squeeze out an extra yard or two. He's tough to bring down.
Second down and 6. Quarterback White, shotgun, back to pass to the far sideline, and drops it off to number 6. That's Drew Giska. He gets the pass, and that's going to be good enough for a Franklin first down.
Hey, right now Franklin has shown the ability to move the ball running the football and throwing in central situations.
First and 10. Wildcats to the line of scrimmage. Going to hand it off to Montgomery. Montgomery around the far side. The Indians trying to get him as he turns around the corner. But by golly, Bobby, just like we said, he always seems to get a couple, and that's about all. He got pretty good defensive work by Piqua.
He got out on the corner, but he seems to have that extra gear too, and he can kick it in and find a burst, and did a nice job of really gaining some yardage that time because the Indians had that pretty well defense.
Derek Height shoved him out of bounds. Second down. Let's call it second down. Let's call it second down and 8. White to Montgomery. Oh, this time they're waiting for him, Bob. They were looking for him. Let's see who gets off that step. I think it was number 20. Let's make sure we give credit to Jim Condon for that tackle. And that's going to put the Wildcats on the negative side. It's going to be third down and 11.
Yeah, Condon came up, read that very well, stayed with his man, good tackle, good tackle, right to him, took him down.
Now, Bob, I'm wondering if we aren't going to see something in the air from the Wildcats. As we mentioned earlier, the quarterback 22 for 25 before tonight's game. He's back to pass, getting all kinds of pressure. Now he's going to run. He gets some running. In fact, gets a lot of running room and has enough running room to get a first down for Franklin.
But what they did was spread the defense out. They had 3 receivers to the left side, 2 to the right. And as soon as that happened, the quarterback just took the direct snap and found a running lane and picked up the first down.
Braden White is not the fastest guy around, but he's the guy that gained that yardage for a first down. Got pretty good speed and awfully good vision.
I think he's athletic. Athletes find a way to make a play, and he did on that play.
First and 10 for the Wildcats. White gonna pass right over the middle, incomplete. Intended for number 8. That's Austin Gilbert. Incomplete pass. Second down and 10.
White's pass goes in.
Clock says there's 2 minutes and 11 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Still no score in the ball game. Glad you've joined us tonight. You're watching Piqua High School football on the Indian Nation Station, your home for Piqua Athletics, Channel 5. Now let's see what head coach Brad Childers decides to do on this 2nd down and 10. Quarterback back to pass. Looks like it's going to be a screen pass to Montgomery, and that's exactly what it is. Montgomery gets the pass. He's going to get over the 40-yard line, but going to be about 4, maybe 5 yards short of the first down. So it's going to be a big play for the Piqua defense right here, Bob. 3rd and 5.
Middle screen, Montgomery just delayed a little bit. Just went to the middle behind the offensive line. It was well executed, but the Indians reacted and stopped him for keeping him from a big gain. So you're right, big play, 3rd down. Indian defense has to make a stop.
3 wide outs to the near side, 2 to the far side for the Wildcats. Quarterback White. There's a penalty. I think somebody moved on the side of the ball that belongs to Franklin. Let's see if that's the call. And it is. 5-yard penalty against the Wildcats. So that's going to make a 3rd down, and 3rd down, I think it's 3rd down and 10.
Changes the scope a little bit, but hey, if Franklin just has that ability to make some big plays, they could get this 1st down. Let's see how they line up. Last time they had 3 receivers out to the left and 2 to the right. Empty backfield.
White, the quarterback, back to pass. He's going to have some running room if he decides to take it, and he does. There he is again. He's going to go to midfield and beyond. And again, thanks to the running ability of the quarterback, Braden White, enough for another 1st down.
But there's a flag back upfield as a hold.
Oh, hold, and that's going to go against Franklin. So the Indians dodged the bullet there, Bob.
The same thing, spread the Piqua defense out and let the quarterback roll out, look for an opening. That's what he found. Somebody's down. I can't see the number.
I can't see the number. I wonder if it's, could it be Braden White? Do you see him over there at all? Boy, that would be a big loss.
It's number 11.
Is that who's on the ground?
I don't think that's 11.
Okay.
But I might be wrong. I can't tell.
The training staff for the Franklin Wildcats, along with one of the Piqua team doctors, out there to take a peek at.
I don't see 11 in the huddle either.
I tend to think that might be Braden White. And again, he is an important part of this Franklin offense, and if they lose him, that balances the scales a little bit, perhaps, in favor of the Indians. And they're working on his left knee, the way it looks from our vantage point.
Yeah, he makes things go.
Yes, he does.
I mean, he's not the fastest guy in the field, but he's fast enough to make you miss. He's got good football sense. He can throw the football, and he can run it. He runs more with power, I think, than he does with speed. But he gets where he wants to go. And
ladies and gentlemen, put their hands together for Braden White.
Off the field with some assistance.
And again, Bob, not only that, he's 220 pounds. He's not a little quarterback by any stretch of the imagination. He's walking a little better right now, but he's going to the sideline. Let's see who goes into the ball game at quarterback for Franklin.
So Franklin's going to be faced with a 3rd and 20 here with a new quarterback off the bench. So tough position for a kid to come into. And my guess is, as an offensive coach now, you're not going to put the quarterback in too much jeopardy. They may just want to give it to Montgomery and hope that he can scoot a little bit with it, or a short pass. Something, just, a little curl pattern or something coming out of the backfield.
I believe Montgomery is in the shotgun, basically, assuming that position. I think that's number 22. That's interesting as well. Montgomery gets the snap. And again, The clock has stopped. Let's see what we've got. I think we've got a Piqua timeout. Reminder, you're watching Piqua High School football on the Indian Nation Station, your home for Piqua Athletic Channel 5. Thanks to our two sponsors, Unity National Bank and Gonzo Radio, for their help with bringing you this telecast. Bob, I hate to say it, but it would appear to me that number 11 looks like he might be hurt worse than we might have imagined. I don't like to see anybody get hurt, but it appears to me that Braden White just might not find his way back into this ball game. Do you see anybody working on him on the Franklin sideline? I can't say that I do.
No, I don't. There's somewhere, obviously, but I don't know where.
They're coming back with Montgomery in the tailback spot. Third down and 20 with 54 seconds left to go in the first quarter of play. Montgomery, he's going to pass deep down the right side. Incomplete, but we're going to have a penalty, and I think that one's going to go against the Indians. I believe one of the Indians, and in fact, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was Jacob Bushnell, is probably going to be flagged for interference.
That ball was overthrown, and what a bad break on 3rd and 20.
Oh my goodness. Did they say that's going to be an offensive penalty? The referee pointed towards the Franklin huddle, but let's see where they're going to put the football. By golly, Bob, I don't believe that's going to be against Piqua. I think that's going to go against Franklin. Yes, exactly right. Offensive interference. Piqua's going to decline the penalty and take the down. So that's going to bring up a 4th down, another break for the Indians, Bob.
Of course, I did not see the push off by the offensive receiver, but obviously there was some. I wondered, I said, boy, what a call on the defense, because that ball was not even catchable.
Here come the punting unit. Punting is number 25, Matt Schneider, waiting for the snap. He's standing on the 10-yard line. The Indians waiting to get the football at the 40. Fair catch called for by Piqua, and it fumbled, but I believe the Indians covered it.
Yeah, they dodged the bullet on that one. That was Devon Brown, I think, signaled for the fair catch, and the ball popped out of his hands, but we had a blue shirt.
I believe Mick Karn is the one who covered it. Yes, he's coming up with the football. Another break. Boy, you talk about the first quarter here tonight. All the breaks seem to have gone in the Indians' favor.
Well, good field position again for the Indians. They'll have the ball on their own, looks like about the 46-yard line with 1st and 10. This is their 3rd possession. First 2 times they've been 3 and outs. And the Indians need to establish some offense here. It appears as though they're having a difficult time running the football.
Austin Davis in the shotgun. He hands it off to Ben Smeezing. Oh, Ben Smeezing is met by a host of white jerseys, led by number 33, and that is T.J. Kepler. Boy, I think he lost. Looks like he lost the better part of 2, maybe 3. Well, you're right. The Indians having trouble running the football.
Yeah, he never had a chance. Franklin just crowded the line of scrimmage, and they came across and penetrated. Anytime you get penetration in the backfield, your offense is shut down.
Quarter coming to an end probably with this play. Davis back to pass. Far sideline. He's got Hayden Strub over on the far side and over midfield. So we got some of them back, Bob. It's still going to be about 4 yards short as we wind down the first quarter of play here at Alexander Stadium. At the end of 1 quarter, Piqua nothing, Franklin nothing. Reminder, you're watching high school football on the Indian Nation Station, your home for Piqua Athletic. And our sponsors tonight, Unity National Bank and Gonzo Radio.
Piqua City Schools is very fortunate to have a great staff talented teachers in our school district. Tonight,
Well,
we'd
we
like
got a
to
minute,
honor
Bob. I
last year's
don't know
Silver City
if
School
you
Teacher
shared
of the Year,
the
Paula
officials or
Schneezy.
not. The ref is Mark
Paula is the
Bergman,
intervention
umpire
specialist
John
teacher
Knight,
at the high
lineman
school
John
and
Stelke, line judge is Mark Smith, and the back judge is Mark
Superintendent
Carpenter.
Wayne Thompson and Piqua High School Principal
So the Indians,
Rob Hess
Bob,
are presenting Paula a gift of
I hate to say
appreciation.
fortunate, but I don't know if that's such a bad word, because there were some things happened, and it ended up happening to favor the Piqua Indians.
Interception. And of course, that took the movement out of that first drive. They picked the interception in the end zone and brought it out to midfield. But again, stalled, had a 3 and out. So now Piqua facing a third and looks like about 4 yards for the first down. They have the ball on their own 48-yard line.
Let's see what Bill Nace decides to do. They want to hold on to the football. This time Austin Davis is over center. And we have a timeout, I believe. Bill Nace says we need timeout. Probably took a look at the defense and decided that maybe we ought to talk about it and perhaps even change what he had in mind, because this is a big play, Bob.
It is. They need to maintain position. I've been impressed with the Franklin defense. That front four has really played well thus far. T.J. Kepler, Nathan Glossop, three seniors and a junior. This is pretty much a senior-dominated defense. I see 3 juniors and 8 seniors on their defense. They play smart. They play very smart. They play aggressive. So they're doing what to do. Shut down that running game right now. They're struggling. They can't find any creases and create any holes either in the running backs.
Indians are coming up to the line of scrimmage. Wildcats ready. 3rd down and 5 for Piqua. Opening play of the second quarter. Davis over center. Pitch out to Davon Brown. Davon goes around the right side. Cannot turn the corner, Bob. He got one, but it's going to be 4th down. Looks like it's going to be 4th down. At most, 4th down and 4. I'm not so sure he got anything other than maybe a yard at the very most.
I tell you, that Franklin defense, I know, sounds like I'm bragging. I guess not bragging, just telling it the way it is. They get off the ball quickly, pursue well, get out there, and get a hat on that ball carrier.
Let's see what the Indians are going to do with Mick Karn. Is going to punt it away from the Indians. He's standing on his own 37-yard line. Montgomery deep for Franklin back at the 20. Waiting for the snap. Karn's kick. Ooh, off to the right side. Going to go out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. So Franklin puts it in play, 1st and 10. About the 20, looks like it's going to be about the 22-yard line. Neither team doing a whole lot offensively, Bob.
Well, Franklin has maintained possession of the football. The first 2 drives, first one started their own 47, got down inside the 15. That was a 7-play drive, had an interception. The second drive, it was an 8-play drive, forced the punt. They've had the ball a little bit, just haven't checked in. Penalties have hurt them.
Montgomery hands it off, and Franklin ball carrier tries the right side. That's number 21. We'll pick him up because he's new to the lineup. 21 is Clay Winstead. So right now, handling the quarterback type chores is Ryan Montgomery, after their quarterback Braden White was injured in an earlier play. Montgomery again.
That has to limit some of the things you're going to do.
Montgomery back to pass, looking downfield. He's going to throw it deep, very deep. Incompleted pass at the 30-yard line, but there was a lot of contact. We've got a pass interference call, And I would imagine this one's going to go against the Indians. I believe the Indians had 2 defenders, and I think they were bumping number 7, Jared Kisner. So let's see what happens. Yes, that's going to be pass interference against Piqua.
I'll tell you one thing,
Pass interference is a call going
pass
against the
thrown
Indians.
by Ryan Montgomery was pretty well thrown. And I started to say, you have to wonder this early in the year, how many snaps in practice does Ryan Montgomery get a quarterback? Because Braden White is the returning quarterback, he's a senior, he's the guy that they want to carry this football team, and he probably gets most of the snaps. You have to give Ryan Montgomery credit. He comes in and boy, he looks like he's played quarterback before.
The penalty's going to give the Wildcats a 1st and 10. Ball's going to be resting on the Wildcats about the 38-yard line. So let's see what happens as Brad Childers, the head coach at Franklin, decides what he's going to do. Montgomery going to continue to operate out of the shotgun. He's going to keep it. Going to go around the left side. Can he turn the corner? Yes, he can. He's got a 1st down and more. All the way across midfield, all the way down to the Piqua 45-yard line. 1st and 10, Wildcats.
So the Indians just have to get off blocks quicker. I saw some blue shirts out there just tangled up with some of the Franklin football players, and you know, with a guy like Montgomery or any of the other speedsters they have, you can't afford to give them a step or 2. You have to hit, deliver a blow, and find the football.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Montgomery. Pass on the far sideline, intended for Ryan Russell. It goes incomplete.
Number 2, Ryan Russell.
Boy, when you take away the Braden White, boy, that takes away one of your running opponents. And now let's see whether or not the Indians can take advantage of Braden White being on the sideline.
Yeah, I don't know how much they'll want to run Montgomery from that quarterback position in the spread formation. Maybe that's what they'll decide to do, just go to a complete running offense with him, because he's talented enough, I think, to handle it.
Montgomery waiting for the snap out of the shotgun. Back to pass. Got time. Now he's heading for the far sideline. Gets away from some of the Piqua tacklers. Finally gets the ball away. Throws it incomplete. Boy, they had pressure on him, Bob. He still got it away.
He danced back there and jiggled, and he made them try to earn their money trying to tackle him. He's tough to bring down.
Instead of a big loss, back to the line of scrimmage, which is the Piqua 46-yard line. 9:55 left to go in the 2nd quarter, and still no score. Now I see Katie Smith going across the way. It looks like one of the Piqua Indians is hurt, and he's kneeling down on the Franklin side of the field. Uh-oh. That's Derek Height, and Derek has been dealing with a shoulder problem, and let's hope that that isn't recurring.
I think that's something he's going to have to deal with throughout the year. They have a way they deal with that. I think he wears a brace, and they may have to do a little manipulation to get him ready again to come back in the ballgame.
Well, they're holding up the ballgame even though Derek is on the far sideline. I think the referee now is trying to figure out whether or not there's any reason why we can't continue to play, and that is the reason for the delay. A reminder, you're watching Piqua High School football on the Indian Nation station. Your home for Piqua Athletics, Channel 5. I think they're going to put the ball in play.
Moundsville will be hosting their annual 5K race on Sunday, October 15th at 10 a.m.
Indians coming up to their side of the football. Waiting now for the Franklin Indians to find their way out on the field. Still no score in this one. And Braden White, the quarterback for Franklin, was injured in the 1st quarter and has not returned. Montgomery. I'm not sure it's Montgomery anymore. Let's see if they got somebody else in there. And they do, Bob. It's number 9. Number 9 is their new quarterback, Braden Woods. Braden Woods completes the pass. He's a left-hander, completed the pass inside the 35-yard line, good for a first down. So they've changed quarterbacks, Bob. This time it's number 9, Braden Woods.
And they didn't seem to lose much. Of course, he had a receiver wide open right in the center of the field, and it would be hard to miss him, but he still found him and completed the pass.
Just a sophomore. Braden Woods now waiting for the snap. Hands it off to Montgomery. Montgomery looking to the right side. Oh, knocked down right at the line of scrimmage. Let's give credit to, let's see if we get the number, Bob. That was a very, very crisp tackle. I believe that was number 97, I would think. Let's see if we can, he turns around, we'll have a better, Lance Reeves, I believe, is 97, 97, Lance Reeves on a crisp tackle of Ryan Montgomery.
He's a freshman, only a freshman.
Second down and 7. There's going to be a penalty. I think somebody moved at the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped, and that's exactly the call. Lots of penalties so far in the ball game. Almost all of them going against Franklin. Now, Bob, I see Katie Smith, the trainer, with Derek Height walking towards the training room. We'll find out what that means probably when we start the second half of play.
Or they might be just coming back on the field.
Yes, that could be. We'll keep you posted on Derek's situation. Here come the Wildcats. Woods back to pass. The left-hander's got somebody over the middle again. Wide open is number 8. That's Austin Gilbert. Austin Gilbert for a nice gain. And Bob, he's been open twice, wide open twice.
We're just, Piqua's not doing a good job in coverage in that kind of situation. Gilbert finds a way to just to break in the open. He's a 5'10", 145-pound senior and does a good job of finding the gap in the defense.
I think it's good news. I see Derek Height coming back to the Piqua sideline. Here's a handoff to Montgomery. He's going to try to turn the corner. Can he do it? Yes, he can. He's going to be awfully close to another first down for the Franklin Wildcats. Let's see where they spot the football. Might just be a hair short.
Number 20, James Condon with the tackle.
Condon made the tackle for Piqua. It's going to be fourth down. Let's call it 4th down and 1.
You can't allow him to turn the corner.
That's
Once
right.
he gets out on the perimeter and turns it upfield, he's just tough. He has that momentum, that extra speed, extra steam in his system, and he's got good, quick feet.
4th down and 1. Ball resting on the Piqua 22-yard line. The snap, hand off to Montgomery. Montgomery tries the middle. If he made the 20-yard line, it's going to be good for a first down, and I believe he did. Didn't get a whole lot more than that. Didn't need any more than he got. 1st and 10 for Franklin. Ball's going to be placed almost on the 20-yard line. So the Indians defense going to have to step up, Bob.
They sure are. And right now, Franklin does a good job of controlling the football. The 3 possessions they've had, they've maintained 7, 8, 9 play drives. Even though they haven't scored yet, they've kept the football.
Braden Woods is the quarterback. He gets the ball, hands it off to Montgomery. Montgomery around the right side. Oh, he's got some running room. He's inside the 10-yard line, closer to the 7-yard line. But there's a flag on the play. Let's see what this one's all about.
I'm going to guess it's a hold.
Waiting for the signal. Holding call against Franklin. Boy, the penalties have certainly been opportune for Piqua and very inopportune for the visitors from Franklin High School.
This is their 6th penalty here. We're midway through the second quarter.
And Montgomery had a nice gain that time, too.
Yeah, that's going to bring it back to the 31-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and about 21.
And here's some good news. Derek Height has returned to the defensive lineup for Piqua. So obviously they've been able to work with that injury. Quarterback looking to the far side. He's got a receiver. That's Ryan Russell. Ryan Russell gets all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Missed tackle out there. I think it was Jacob Bushnell had a shot at him, and he allowed him to escape and turn that into
for the Indians, number 11, Mike Carr.
Mick Karn down on the sideline for Piqua. Boy, number 11s are taking a beating here tonight. Number 11, Braden White, the quarterback for Franklin, has not returned to action. And now number 11, Mick Karn for Piqua on the sideline. Getting attention from the training staff. He's up.
One day maybe cardio day, the other day maybe weight
See
training
if we can
resistance,
spot anything.
and then weight. And so by the constant muscle confusion, we're able to get quick results. If you've never tried
Can't tell if there's anything
try it out.
visible.
See if it's something for you or not.
Mick's a warrior. Well, both teams, Mick's favoring his right leg a little bit, I think, Bob. Well, we're ready to go back to action with 6:58 left to go in the first half. Still nobody on the scoreboard.
And again, Piqua's dodged some bullets here in the first half. Big time, I think, with the penalties and the interception by Franklin. They've controlled the ball through the first half.
Here come the Wildcats from the far side. They've got the ball, second down. Let's call it second down. Second down and a long 5. Braden Woods, the quarterback. Gonna go back to pass, running to the far sideline, looks downfield, finds a receiver. The receiver pulls it off. That's Jared Kinzer. He's one of their fine receivers. He's got it. I think, Bob, that's going to be enough for a first down. It's going to be first and goal for Franklin on the Piqua. I think that's their 8-yard line.
First and goal, wow.
They're hurting us with the pass play, Bob.
They're hurting Piqua with the run play and the pass play. Piqua's defense is just playing slow, not reacting to the football, not getting off blocks, the things you need to have them do, they're not doing.
First and goal to go for the Wildcats. 6 minutes, 20 seconds left to go in the half. Quarterback hands it off to Montgomery. Montgomery around the left side. All the way in, and he's in for the score.
Touchdown,
Ryan Montgomery takes it in from the 7-yard line for a score for the
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're part of the
Franklin
Pace Center
Indians.
celebration at halftime, please meet
Now
Chip
let's see
Hare at the tunnel.
what we're going to do
Please meet Chip Hare at
for
the
the
tunnel
extra
if you're
point.
part of the Pace
It looks
Center
like it's going to be Matt
celebration.
Schneider trying to make it a 7-0 game. Ryan Montgomery's pretty good, Bob.
Oh, he's a player. No question about that.
They said they had a player going to the
Matt
University
Schneider
of
in for
Cincinnati.
the extra point.
After seeing the first half, I tend to think it's probably Ryan Montgomery. Here's the extra point. Kick is up. It is
The
good.
extra point is good.
6:12 left to go in the first half. Franklin 7, Piqua nothing. Again, a reminder, you're watching Piqua High School football on the Indian Nation station. Your home for Piqua Athletics. Thanks to our two sponsors, Unity National Bank and Jonesville Radio, for helping to bring tonight's telecast to you.
Before or after the game.
Bob, I think it's safe to say the Indians offense has sputtered. Now it's time to see whether or not we can do something about denting the scoreboard.
Yeah, the Indians had 3 possessions in the first half, and all 3 have been 3 and outs.
Ryan Thacker will kick it off for Franklin. I'm not so sure, Bob. Would you say that we have to be disappointed so far on the offensive side of the football from the Indians? They don't. They have not been strong in either the running or the passing game, and maybe that's because this Franklin defense is awfully strong.
And Ben Sneezing deep for the Indians.
He's doing a great job of shutting down the run game.
Ryan Thacker, the kick for the Wildcats.
And then they can tee off. And when you throw in predictable situations, the defense can tee off and just get after it.
Here's Brian Thacker's kick. Going to go all the way down to the 8-yard line. Fumbled by Hayden Strub. Knocked down probably at the 10-yard line. So the Indians not going to have real good field position. They need to get something going offensively, and the offensive unit ready to see if they can't find
Wildcats, number 21, play
See, that's something we didn't see last week. You know, bobbles on kickoffs. Just
Indians will have it first and 10 from their own 11-yard line.
Good point, Bob. Very good point. Let's see what happens as the Indians have the ball first and 10. Ball resting on, let's call it the 11-yard line. We still got 6 minutes left to go in the first half. 7-0 Franklin. Davis in the shotgun. Got a pass over the middle. He's got Mexbrough. Mexbrough all the way to the 35-yard line. Nice pass play there for Cale Mexbrough from Austin Davis. A big first down. Gets them out from underneath the shadow of the goalpost. They've got the ball resting on the 35-yard line.
And Cale Mexbrough ran a nice pattern.
On the coverage for the Wildcats. Number 3, Kyle Riker.
Right at the 35. Indians pick up a first down with 5:54 remaining in the first half.
Davis back to pass, looking toward the sideline. Was it completed? I believe it was completed to Hayden Strub at the 40. Got about half of the 10, so let's call it second down and 5. Hayden likes that sideline pass, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think they give it to him because they don't want to be beaten deep. You know, if they're backing off on him a little bit, Hayden pulls that pattern up and runs the sideline. Roll through and ball should be a completed pass.
Second down and 5. Davis flips one out to the right side, intended for Colin Rowe, but threw it well beyond number 2. Going to go incomplete. Third down. Let's call it third down and 5.
Colin's not particularly tall. He's only 5'6", and that ball is just a little too much elevated.
Again, Bob, I think it's an overrated cliche, but this is a big play.
And of course, the battle Indians have to maintain possession.
Davis over on the far side, intended for Owen Toops, but well beyond his grasp, so falls incomplete. So a punting situation. Looks like Mick Carnes, who was injured a couple plays ago, is ready to go. He's back to punt it away for Piqua.
Owen Toops was open. I think the ball just wasn't very well thrown. And forces the Indians into a punting situation, gives Franklin the ball back here with 5:33 left in the first half.
Mick Carnes from his own 28-yard line. High kick off to the right side. Going to stay on the play surface. Gets a Piqua bounce. Oh, a beautiful Piqua bounce. Going to go dead inside the 20-yard line. What looked like a little bit of a shank. Nick got that thing to bounce the right way. So it's going to be first and 10 for Franklin. Franklin's got a 7-0 lead with 5:19 left to go in the first half.
They brought it back to the 37-yard line. Didn't understand that. Did somebody touch it?
That might have been it, Bob. I don't understand that one either. No signal from the official, so let's put it back on the 37-yard line. First and 10 for Franklin. Woods the quarterback, hands it off. No, he's going to keep it. The sophomore's going to get to the 40-yard line.
Greg Woods, your ball carrier.
Faked the running back, faked Montgomery, and he kept the football. The feeling was the defense would go after Montgomery because he's the guy that carries the bread for him. But nice job by the Indian defense, slowed him down about a 3-yard gain.
Come the Wildcats up to the line of scrimmage. 2 wideouts to the top side, 2 to the near side. Woods is the quarterback. The left-hander gets ready to throw one to the far side. Has a receiver. That's number 7.
Pass complete to Jared Kinzer.
Kinzer is short of the first down, but I think took it all the way down up to the 45-yard line.
Kinzer will be brought down by Devon Brown.
Going to be 3rd down.
He stopped the clock there. I don't know what.
Now they started it back up. I'm not sure I understand that one either.
That was a completed pass and immediately stopped the clock.
3rd down. 3rd down. Let's call it 3rd down and 2. Indian defense needs a stop, Bob.
I'll bring up 3rd down for the Wildcats.
Braden Woods, sophomore quarterback, waiting for the snap. Hands it off to Montgomery. Montgomery around the left side. He's going to have enough for another Franklin first
Ryan
down.
Montgomery, your ball carrier.
You know, even when he
Taking the charge defensively for the Indians, number 23, Ben Schmeezing.
has that thrust, he'll just sniff that first down marker and boy just explode and pick up the necessary running room.
So the Indians are faced with another 1st and 10 as the Franklin Wildcats keep the football with 3:50 left to go here in half number 1. Waiting for the snap. This hand off to a different running back. This time the halfback is Clay Winstead. Clay Winstead got, let's give him 3. 2nd down, let's call it 2nd down and 7. So Winstead was in there for 1 play, and now he goes to the sidelines. Franklin to the line of scrimmage. Owning a 7-0 lead here in the first half. Quarterback back to pass. Over the middle, got a receiver. I believe it was number 17, and that's Champ Howard.
Number 17, Champ Howard.
Champ Howard gets the completed pass, but it's going to be a little bit short of that first down.
Clock ticking, 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first half. The Indians need to hold. They don't want to go in at halftime down by 2 touchdowns. Based on this stingy Franklin defense and the aggressive offense that Franklin has, the Indians cannot afford to sink any further than this 7-0 deficit.
3rd down. 3rd down and just 1. Hand off to Montgomery. Montgomery gets more than enough for the first down. Still on his feet. Is going to go inside the 20-yard line. Big gainer for Ryan Montgomery.
Your ball
I'm
carrier.
impressed by this young fellow, Bob.
Oh, he's as good a running back as we've seen in a while. Has good speed. I'm not sure if he has great speed, but pretty good speed and ability to break tackles.
Credit number 11, Micah
Get
Karn with a tackle.
necessary yardage, and the Indians are not tackling well.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Handoff this time, it goes to Clay Winstead. He tries right tackle, gets down to the 15-yard line. The Indians' defense
brought
has
down
got
by
to
Micah Karn.
make a stop here, Bob. Like you say, getting behind by 2 touchdowns against this defense makes it awfully, awfully difficult.
You can't afford to give up 7 yards on 1st, 2nd down like that. You need a big stop, and Pickle's not getting the big stop here.
2nd down and 3. Hand off this time to Montgomery. Montgomery over the left side goes towards the end zone, but I think he's just a little bit short. But that's going to be a 1st and goal to go, and that ball is probably going to be, let's see if they put it on the 1-yard line. That's exactly what they did. 1st and goal to go on the 1-yard line, Bob. Ryan Montgomery again. 1:16 left to go in this first half. The Indians trail 7-0.
I don't think the clock operator set the 25-second clock.
Oh.
And that's why they tried to stop everything, but Now it's set.
Referee coming over to explain something to Bill Deese, probably about that very situation. So it's going to be 1st and goal to go for Franklin. They're on Piqua's 1-yard line. Waiting for the snap. Sophomore quarterback is Braden Woods. Winstead and Montgomery are flanking Braden Woods. The snap, Montgomery's got it. Montgomery's in for the touchdown. So the Wildcats of Franklin go up 13 to nothing, and have a chance to make it a 14 to nothing advantage if they could hit this extra point. Bob, this has not been a real impressive performance so far for the Indians.
No, not at all. And Franklin has been in complete control, I would say, on both sides of the ball. And what occurs when that happens is 13 to
Matt Schneider on for the extra point.
13 to nothing deficit.
Matt Snyder ready to kick it for the PAT. Kick is up, it is good. 54 seconds left to go in a half. Matt Snyder makes it a 14 to nothing ball game. The Indians need to put something on the scoreboard. They only have 54 seconds left to go in the first half to do just that.
At the Piqua Central Intermediate School from 6 to 7:30 p.m. The cost of the camp is $25. Please see any of the Piqua cheerleaders or the Spirit Store for brochures. The Little Indian cheerleaders will perform at the next home football game in 2 weeks on Friday, September 22nd.
Again, there were people who wondered whether or not the 2 victories over Edgewood and Carlisle were legitimate. Well, based on what we've seen in this first half, they were.
And I'm not sure they'll be tested the rest of the year. I looked at their schedule, and I'm not that familiar with the conference they're in, but it didn't appear that there'll be a lot of teams that can play with these guys.
This is a pretty good football team. You're right, Bob. So we're getting ready now for Ryan Thacker to kick it away. Deep for Piqua, Smeezing, Hayden Scrub, and Gail Mextroff. Boy, would it be nice to get somebody loose. Bob, a score in 54 seconds would change the complexion of this ball game from top to bottom.
Indians need a big play.
They do.
Need a big play.
Packer's waiting for the signal. He's got it. Here's his kick. Oh, a squib kick to the 30-yard line. Picked up by Mick Karn. Mick Karn back to the 40-yard line. So the Indians are going to have it in field position, but only 51 seconds left to go in the half.
The bad thing is Franklin will get the football to start the second half.
That's right. That's right. So let's see what the Indians can do here. And almost guess we're going to see Austin Davis put it in the air, and I would imagine that the Franklin defense is prepared for just that.
Yeah, they're lining up in a 3-man front, and they're dropping a lot of men in coverage.
Austin Davis, back to pass, looking downfield. Got somebody and tries Colin Rowe. Colin Rowe over the middle, couldn't handle it, falls incomplete.
Colin Rowe goes incomplete.
Second down and 10.
Get on the coverage, number 32, Matt Centers.
Make sure you stay with us at halftime. We're going to be able to bring you the halftime performance of the Piqua High School band. I don't believe there is a band with us from Franklin High School. Somebody moved early. I believe that's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Indians, and it is.
False start is the goal going against the Indians.
That's going to make it 15 yards for the first down. Second down for Piqua. Hayden Scrub coming in with the play from the Piqua sideline.
Austin Davis in the shotgun. The far sideline has got Hayden Strub. But Hayden Strub is dropped by a host of white jerseys. All of a sudden we see another yellow flag. It's going to
Austin Davis' pass complete to Hayden Strub.
Pass was complete, but
Tyler Weichert in on the coverage. Flag on the play.
Flag as the tacklers and Hayden Strub were making contact. We're going to see who that's against in just a second. 39 seconds left in the half. Now let's see what the signal's going to be. Going to be a personal foul against Piqua. Oh boy, that's just what the Indians needed. Ball's going to be placed back on the 19-yard line. So now, Bob, I think the thing you have to be careful of is that you don't turn it over.
Yeah. They're going to be third down and 31.
Let's see what they decide to do under these circumstances. And they are rather dire at the moment. Austin Davis. Well, we've got
Franklin took a timeout.
Franklin takes a timeout, so the Wildcats decide to take a timeout. A reminder, you're watching Piqua High School football on the Indian Nation station, your home for Piqua Athletics. Our thanks to our two sponsors, Unity National Bank and Gonzo Radio, for helping to bring this telecast to you. Indians huddle around Coach Bill Neese, Brad Childers, the head coach at Franklin, try to make sure that the Wildcats don't do something to give the Indians a chance to put anything on the board with just 23 seconds left.
You don't want to make a drastic mistake. You don't want to get deep here. Back off, give Piqua the short pass. Just don't allow them to get behind you.
Let's see what Bill Neese decides to do. They're going to pass. No, they're going to hand it off. Hand off to Davon Brown. Davon Brown around the corner. He's got the running room now. He's down 50 to the 40. Gets away from it. He's going to score. I don't think they'll catch Davon. Davon goes the distance for a touchdown. And Bob, I see a couple of
Flag on the play.
Davon Brown took it the distance, but I'm wondering whether or not they're not going to call it back. And I believe they are. Oh my. What a beautiful run by Davon Brown.
I'm seeing something I really don't like. The coach over there has been signaling 4 or 5 different times with his arm, it's coming back, it's coming back. Their coach, it's coming back. Coach, you're supposed to coach, not officiate.
Let's see what the infraction was.
Probably a hold.
Holding call against the Indians. Davon Brown. Oh, Bob. That was a game changer right there.
It was. The Indians have been back in it. With 6 seconds remaining in the first half now.
Holding appears to be the call against the Indians.
You have to take a knee here. You don't want to make an error.
I think you're right.
You don't want to make an error and give Franklin a chance to pop another one out.
Let's see what happens as Indians come up to the line of scrimmage. Going to hand it off to Ben Smeason. Ben gets to the 20-yard line. We still have 1 second left to go in the first half.
Centers with a tackle.
14-0. Franklin over Piqua here as literally we wind down the final second of play. Somebody might have called timeout, Bob.
Franklin did.
Franklin called another timeout. Well, Davon Brown brought the crowd to its feet, Bob.
Did a nice job. Ran down the sideline.
The Piqua Indian Athletic Boosters will be giving away $10,000
And you
We'll be selling 300 tickets for this reverse raffle on Saturday, November 18th at Edison Community College.
1 second left here in the first half.
Given away at this event. Stay tuned for more information coming your way.
Well, the Wildcats have returned to the playing surface. The Indians are still talking on their sideline to Bill Nace. One second left to go in the first half. 14-0 Franklin. Austin Davis is going to take a knee to end the half. At the end of the half, Franklin 14, Piqua nothing.
Indians nothing.
Reminder, you're watching high school football on the Indians Nation Station, your home for Piqua Athletics. Bob, we've got a minute or two. Let's talk a little bit about the first half, basically from the perspective of the Piqua Indians.
Well, not a whole lot to say. Inability to move the football, inability to really sustain any drives. Defensively, getting handled by the Franklin offensive line. Indians not able at all to slow down the Franklin running attack. Ryan Montgomery has been outstanding, and this is all for half of the first half with the quarterback from Franklin, Braden White, gone. He got hurt early, hurt his knee, but everybody else stepped up and stepped in there and really didn't act like they'd lost anything by having Braden White go down with an injury.
Again, the band is getting ready to perform a halftime, so we're going to take a break here at halftime at Alexander Stadium, so you can enjoy the halftime activities of the Piqua High School Band.
Who helped launch the 2017 campaign. The members of the campaign cabinet include Sean Ford, Executive Director of the Piqua Area United Way. Tate French Lutz, the 2017 campaign chairman. And Margot Boozer, Pay Center chairman. We will now acknowledge the 17 Pay Center companies who ran their employee campaigns during the month of August. These companies believe that if we live united, we can make a difference. These outstanding companies have set the pace for the community campaign and have shown through their generosity that they believe in the work of the United Way. Their hope is that their efforts will inspire the rest of the community to join in the spirit of giving. The Pay Center companies and their representatives being recognized this evening include Mandy Hinkle, Buckeye Insurance Group, Mimi Crawford, Prex Corporation, Kathy McGill and Dave Hart, Fifth Third, Tom Wyant, French Oil Mill Machinery, Dave Trissel, Hartzell Propeller, Trent Karn, Hems Glass Shops, Amy Bauman, Industry Products, Steve Deal, Jackson Tube Service, Ben Zimmerman, Jameson and Yamasee Funeral Home, Brandy Foreman and Tina Rudy, the Miami County YMCA, Jim Seaver, PSC Crane and Rigging, Brian Fox, Unity National Bank, Gene Heath and Terry Fry, Upper Valley Medical Center, Lisa Baker, YWCA of Piqua. The representative from Chase Bank, Murray Wells, Gwendolyn, and Robinson at McDonald's are unable to make it tonight, but we want to recognize them as well. Many, many thanks to all our Pay Center companies and their employees for their generosity. To date, they have raised $285,224.60, or 50% of the campaign goal. The campaign theme for this year is Being the One. We are encouraging everyone in the community to be the one to help the United Way reach their goal of $565,000. With the help of our community, 24 agencies will be able to continue offering the level of programs and services that make a difference right here in Piqua. These dollars help keep Piqua strong. Please give these people a resounding round of applause. And remember, when the United Way solicits you, give generously and participate in this great work. Live united. Reach out and a hand of one and influence the condition of all.
Go ahead. All right. What do you need? Any napkin?
That fork or something.
And do that.
You all right?
We're off on this side.
No, you're still on.
There's ads playing right now. I've got two cameras I'm going to have on the sideline that are going to be taking some extra shots. So those times that we've got ads playing, I'm going to throw those camera shots in. Okay?
Are we recording?
Your audio is being picked up, yes.
How about now? How about the music?
This is just Franklin. We're not worried about Franklin. We're worried about Piqua. We're going to have Piqua on the board when Franklin's finished. You doing okay though?
Yeah, but I think that's Pickle's band.
No, that's not.
Oh, take it back. Pickle's band's over there.
Piqua band's now.
Okay, what do you want us to do? You'll tell us when to go back on the air.
Just go ahead and do what you said you were going to do.
With 6 minutes to go, we'll come back. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Sounds good, bud.
We didn't touch the Franklin band.
Hey, Steven, come back down. Did you get Luke here tonight?
No. Did you hear Luke was here tonight?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Somewhere. And then some of the kids come through.
Now they brought a lot more people than thought would matter.
Yeah. Yeah, our offense just can't move the ball.
Oh,
Wow. You mean what? I don't think Franklin's not. You know it?
and we lost the quarterback. That didn't help him any. Montgomery's pretty good runner.
Yeah. But I think it's number 9 throwing the ball better than their starting quarterback is.
You're not announcing this game right, are you? You're not announcing this game right.
Right now, it's lunchtime.
The Franklin band is on the board. I just saw that. Cool. Good. So we're getting both bands on the broadcast.
AJ, you want us to wait till the Piqua band is done with their halftime? Or 6 minutes?
If they're done in 6 minutes left, go ahead and go back on. I mean, it's up to you.
Okay.
Either way, just go back on with 6 minutes left.
Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, we'll start talking.
13
I know.
Gotta move the ball.
Yeah, they do.
What's the deal with candidates for the Board of Education?
We know Bob wasn't going to run, so we had Tony Mackin was going to run. He got her application okay. Andy got his room. Steve turned his in, but he stayed stapled all the pages together and wrote his name on the front page and had everybody sign them, and that his name has to be on every page and he signs. He says he did that the last time when I took it. I was talking to or something else. He said there are so many people that don't get to them because they've done little minor technicalities. He said it's crazy.
Have you got 3 candidates?
Well, so Sean Ford put in for a write-in.
Oh, yeah, you don't need that.
So my hope is Sean.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we thought, well, if nobody ran,
Yeah.
right? And we thought we could just always do it.
That's what I was going to ask you. If nobody runs, you got the right to a point, no?
Yeah, no. Well, we could have.
But that's not going to happen.
Because his application got denied, he couldn't even be a writer.
Yeah, that's what I was told. I didn't know that either.
So we thought, well, if nobody puts in for a writer, disappointing, no harm, no foul.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Doesn't work that
come on
way.
in.
Oh, boy.
Right, I'm just taking a break.
They're not announcing this game very well.
We're doing better than everything.
Yeah.
I think we're losing the battle at the line of scrimmage. We can't block them. Defensively, they're blocking us. So it's not a good thing.
Where was Franklin hiding their band, Bob? We couldn't even find a Franklin band. All of a sudden we thought that was Piqua, and then we find out it wasn't. Bob, we'll go back on the air when it says 6 minutes.
Okay.
When the teams get back out there, I'm going to get a picture of you guys announcing it in 2 hours.
Pretty nice system up there. So, everything correctly.
I really like it.
The other guy, Damien,
Yeah,
he's a good too.
sharp. I'll go out there and I'll say, hey, I got an idea, and they just get their pads out there, all boys ready to go. They're really great. Yeah, I went out there, gosh, several times when we were with the kids, and the kids just, they're just keeping up. Hello there.
There's a couple of good kids helping too with the cameras.
Yeah. They get a lot of great personal attention, one-on-one time that just, I think, just motivates these kids.
But you're Washington High School. You're Washington primary principal today. Good job.
Yeah, she's doing really well. She's working through a couple tough things, but she's doing really well.
Very, very accommodating. Yeah.
I'll be right back, gentlemen.
Hey,
Thanks for the warning.
Bob, that wasn't
This
much.
guy. How did you get here?
how are you doing?
I have a story for you. So this guy calls me from another district, and he says, what can you tell me about Winco? He said, we're looking at going to the stadium, and he said, I was at the stadium in a playoff game last year, and we just really liked, what it was, and he said, can you tell me about them? I said, I didn't get to work with him, but I talked to a former athletic director, and he said, we're really good things to say. He said, well, it sure looks good for being a couple of years old. I said, it's not a couple of years old. He said, how old is it? I said, we're about 17, we're going 20 years old, that's very soon. And he said, you're kidding me.
Ladies and gentlemen,
He said,
under the direction of Field Commander Greg Kraft, Kerry Tibbs, Casey Gray, and band directors Carl Flibo and Mitch Haney, please welcome the pride of Piqua.
He said, I can't wait to tell my people. He said, we really want to see them like that. I cannot remember. I should have written it down. He called me out of the clear blue.
Not real local. I call him.
And
Winco did a great job for us.
I told him, and I told him that, and I said, from what I can understand, he had it down to 3 different companies, but I said, they were great. He was floored. He just couldn't believe that our stadium was out.
Of course, you guys were really involved with Winco. Eddie, Joe, and I were here every day. But great time.
band for alumni night.
They have a tough time out there tonight. You know, the line of scrimmage is a killer. We can't control them offensively, and they're controlling us with their offensive line. Hey, Mr. Seltzer, what do you think you're doing? What? Did you really? Is that like cold water and
14,000?
how much are we using? And not like cold water. 14,000. They play again tonight. Yeah. Wonder what the pot will be tonight.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
See you, buddy.
The PHS Alumni Band is entering its 48th season as the oldest active high school alumni band in the state of Ohio. Founded in 1970 after a concert at Fountain Park and played its first halftime show in 1971. In previous years, the band has performed at Mid Parade and Festival in the Mighty Valley and performed at Cincinnati
Is doing
We're
okay.
from State and won the
They put
Cincinnati
her in
Reds.
intensive care
Hey,
last
that's
night.
history.
After a short
It's time to
period.
shut up and dance.
Just more to be precaution there than anything else. And she hopefully got out today of there.
Oh, okay.
She's going to be there 5 to 7 days.
Okay.
That's normal.
Okay.
So I thought the water was doing Andy said the secretary of law. He said it was a pretty extensive surgery. We talked to Margaret's sister. Oh. She was over there yesterday. She said she went over. Yeah. Well, I talked to Jan and both of them. We thought it went real well. She had one brain problem. I understand they that was what Bart said. And Bart said something about they did something they weren't sure whether they would hold or not, but they did something. What they ran into that was and it was in a position where it was interrupting what they wanted to do in a way, what they needed to do, so they were able to move it a little bit and did a little work on it. But now she's not going to wind it. I guess that's just the last one. Around it somewhere. But, you know, that's probably 4 or 5 months down the pipe for that. That's my guess. This week we already the two people I talked with at Lobby.
The Alumni Band has also been philanthropic. Over the years, the Alumni Band has donated music, instruments, and scholarships to support the pride. Listen as those bands play our Piqua favorite,
We'll
Nike.
go over 6 minutes. We're going to do the stats. Give me 2 minutes before we start the second half. We'll actually have 9 minutes with that 6 minutes. I got to do this promotion. You got 6 minutes for stats if you need it. I'll get us back on the air. You got plenty of time. I just need to promote this one.
And this is not their quarterback. The quarterback went down first quarter, right. Then another kid came in. 22 Wildcat. Yeah. But then they had another. And then they the third guy had another run. Can't tackle very well. The kid tries to spin through the crowd, you get drilled down. So
halftime here at the stadium, where the halftime score is Franklin 14, Piqua nothing. Ready for the second half kickoff, but before we get to that, here are the halftime statistics with Bob Luby. Bob?
Well, Dwayne, the statistics kind of support what we see on the scoreboard and what we've been watching. A complete domination by Franklin. Score, of course, is Franklin 14, Piqua nothing. First downs, Franklin has 12 first downs, Piqua 1 first down. Rushing, Franklin has rushed 20 times for 125 yards. Piqua's rushed 7 times for 8 yards. Passing, Franklin is 10 for 16, 95 yards, 1 interception. Piqua 4 for 8, 41 yards, no interceptions. Total offensive plays, Franklin's run 36 plays for 220 yards. Piqua's run 15 plays for 49 yards. Punts, Franklin punted once for 29-yard average. Piqua punted 4 times for 28-yard average. Penalties, Franklin penalized 5 times, 35 yards. Piqua 5 times, 55 yards. Here's another kicker, the time of possession. Franklin had the football 16 minutes and 12 seconds. Piqua had it for 6 minutes and 54 seconds. Individuals, leaders, Ryan Montgomery for Franklin rushed 15 times for 96 yards. His long run was 25 yards. He averaged 6.4 per carry. Braden White, the quarterback, ran once for 14 yards. And Clay Winstead 3 times for 12 yards. For Piqua, Ben Smeezing ran 3 times for 7 yards. Devon Brown 4 times for 1 yard. Piqua was 7 rushing attempts for a total of 11 yards. Passing, Braden Woods 6 for 6 for 57 yards. Braden White 4 for 9 for 38 yards. For Piqua passing, Austin Davis 4 for 8 for 41 yards. His long was 19 yards. Pass receiving, Ryan Montgomery, Mr. Do Everything for Franklin. 2 receptions, 29 yards. Austin Gilbert 2 receptions, 23 yards. Jared Kinzer 2 receptions, 13 yards. Ryan Russell 1 reception, 15 yards. For Piqua, Hayden Shrub, 3 receptions, 22 yards. Kiel Mextroff, 1 reception, 19 yards. Really, the time of possession is one part of the story here. It tells you a lot. 16 minutes, 12 seconds for Franklin. Piqua 6 minutes, 54 seconds. Total offensive plays and yards. 220 yards for Franklin. 36 different plays. 49 yards. 15 plays for Piqua. Just complete domination in the first half.
Those are your halftime stats, and they do not bode well for the Indians. Well, if you remember last week, we interviewed A.J. Gagnon, our director for the CATV, and he was urging every community group to contact him so that we get a chance to promote some of their fundraisers. We didn't have a lot of responses this week. We hope that picks up. But I do have one that I want to promote right now. The St. Paul's ENR Church are having their famous homemade chicken noodles and apple dumplings on Friday, September 15th from 3 to 7 p.m. and on Saturday, September 15th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. It's at the church. So if you want to have chicken noodles and apple dumplings, you want to make sure that you go to the St. Paul's ENR Church because I've been the recipient of both of those. They're excellent. And again, while we're promoting St. Paul's in our church, I want to remind you that if you belong to a group in Piqua and you want us to promote one of your fundraisers or any of your activities, make sure you contact A.J. Gagnon at Channel 5 so we can get the information. So at the next home football game, we have a chance to promote your activity. Like tonight, we've had a chance to promote St. Paul's Church for their famous chicken noodles and apple dumplings. Bob Luby, there isn't a whole lot to say. It was not much offensively for the Indians. 1 first down, and again, we just haven't been able to do anything offensively.
Can't generate any offense, and actually the Indians dodged another bullet. Franklin had the ball deep in Piqua territory early in the game. That interception really saved Piqua because Franklin was poised to score in that situation. So really, it's been complete domination up to this point by Franklin. So the Indians are going to have to turn that around the second half. They're going to kick off to Franklin, and they need a stop. And they need to figure out a way to slow down Ryan Montgomery because he's been the guy that has done everything. Wildcat quarterback in there. He runs the ball very well and threw it well. This guy looks like he's been practicing quarterbacks all year. Has a nice touch with the football. Just a good athlete.
And again, Bob, one of those cases where we can compare them to Trotwood Madison. I don't know how easy that would be. What are your observations about this ball club from Franklin in contrast to the one we played last Friday night?
I would say that they're defensively. They do a better job, especially with the front seven, front eight. They just do a good job of stuffing the run.
45 stands for functional, 45-minute workout. They're going to be a high-intensity interval training with a different workout every single day. One day maybe cardio, the other day maybe weight strengthening, resistance, and body weight. And so by that constant muscle infusion, they're able to get quick results. They can never try that 45 training if you come and try it out and see if it's something for you.
Again, we're back at Alexander Stadium, ready to wind down the halftime activities. Both teams are back. They're going through their mandatory 3-minute warm-up, and then we'll get ready for the second half of play. A reminder, you're watching high school football on the Indian Nation station, your home for Piqua Athletics, Channel 5. Again, remember tonight's game will be played on the Indian Nation station, Piqua Channel 5 on Monday at 5:30 p.m. The coach's show will be played at 4:30. The pregame show will be shown at 5 o'clock. Also, the game will be available on the Indian Nation station YouTube channel on Monday evening. So again, thanking our two sponsors, Unity National Bank and Gonzo Radio, for their help. And again, right now the Indians are trying to, regroup might be the answer. What did Bill Neese probably emphasize during the halftime period?
Obviously, there's unhappiness with the players. I'm not sure if they've done well. I hate to say that. Defensively, offensively, couldn't move the ball, couldn't run the ball. One first down, and that certainly tells you a lot about their ability to move it on that Franklin defense. I think the Franklin defense is very strong. And they dominated the line of scrimmage. And every time you lose the battle at the line of scrimmage, the team's in deep trouble. I think that's what happened right now. The Indians are just going to have to determine what Franklin's giving them defensively. The Indians have not been even real successful throwing the football. A couple of passes, but the deep pass has not worked. Haven't thrown a lot of deep passes, but maybe even the accuracy of the quarterback, Austin Davis. He's not having a game like he had against Trotwood. He was on target all the time. He's missed a couple easy ones here. And the Indian receivers have dropped some passes probably they should have caught. So it's just a combination of things. I think Bill Neese is, number one, trying to get them back up. Hey, you guys can play better than this. You have to show it. If you want to win this football game, and they're still in it. They're down 2 touchdowns. But they're going to have to make a stop here early and convert that stop into some kind of score.
And we're just about ready for that second half kickoff here at Alexander Stadium. Again, beautiful night. Well, let's look across the way. A pretty decent crowd from Franklin, Bob. There were times when we wondered how well the Franklin fans would draw, but they're out in pretty good shape. They brought their band with them. We didn't catch that until just a few minutes ago. The band is here. They've got a nice crowd across the way. We've got a nice crowd in front of us rooting for the Indians. But right now, Bob, they haven't had too much chance to get up and get all excited.
No, they have not. Piqua needs to do something to give them some excitement. And Piqua's going to kick it off here to start the third quarter.
Robbie Comstock is going to kick it off for Piqua.
Back deep for the Wildcats. Number 31, Carson Bolden. Number 22, Ryan Montgomery.
The 10-yard line for Franklin. Glad you've joined us tonight for the ball game.
Kickoff for the Indians.
Waiting for the signal from the referee. Comstock's got it. Here's the kick. It's going to go deep. Going to go down and picked off by number 7. That's going to be Jared Kinzer. Kinzer going to get up to about the 25-yard line. First and 10 for the Franklin Wildcats. Let's see whether or not we've got Montgomery at quarterback position. The Southmore Woods and the quarterback spot, or whether or not by chance the Franklin offensive stalwart Braden White, who was injured early in the ball game, is back, and we see that he is not. So Braden Woods is the quarterback for Franklin as we start the second half of play. There's a pass, going to be a long pass, going to be downfield to number 7. The pass is to Kinzer. The pass is to Jared Kinzer, and Jared Kinzer got beyond the defender, took it all the way down inside the 25-yard line, and then a flag after that. And Bob, I hate to say it, I just wonder if the flag after the play might have gone against the Indians.
The official pointed that way, and I think it is.
Wow, that was a terrific pass, long distance from the sophomore Braden Woods to number 7 Jared Kinzer. Now we're waiting now for the referee to. He's either going to, yes, he's going to give the signal. The penalty is going to go. Penalty is going to go against Franklin after the play was dead. I think that's it.
Yeah.
So that's going to bring the ball back to the Piqua 38-yard line. Still a first down for Franklin as we start the second half of play offensively. Back again with the Wildcats. Braden Woods is the quarterback. He's a sophomore. He hands it off to Montgomery. Montgomery spins, gets some yardage off left tackle. Gets about 5, maybe 6. Let's see where they spot the football.
Ben Schmeezing with the tackle.
Ben Schmeezing made the stop for Piqua. Let's call it second down and 4. I'll tell you one thing, Bob, the Braden Woods, the Southport quarterback, has played with a lot of poise. I don't imagine he's seen a lot of action yet, but he's moving in there very, very nicely. He's waiting now for the snap. He's going to keep it on the option. Well, he's going to keep it and goes up the middle, but gets down to about the 32-yard line. Ben Schmeezing makes the stop. Well, needless to say, Bob, I think it's safe to say anyway, that the Indians can't afford to give up a touchdown here.
No, and Trotwood's in 4.
They'll bring up third down and 4 for the Wildcats.
So even though they're 3rd and 4, if the Indians hold here, you know they're going to go for it in this situation.
Woods is waiting. Back to pass. Over to Montgomery on the far side. Montgomery gets the pass. Goes inside the 25-yard. Another penalty flag. A lot of penalties tonight.
Flag on the play.
This one's going against. Holding call against Franklin. Most of the penalties have been in favor of the Indians.
Block in the back is a call going against the Wildcats.
From getting another first down. Pass play from Woods to Montgomery, but they're going to bring it back.
And Piqua has been benefited by these penalties against Franklin, but they can't cash them in.
See where they're going to spot the football. Looks like they're going to spot it right on the 40-yard line of Piqua. Third down and let's call it third down and 12. Here come the Wildcats up to the line of scrimmage. Indians got to get them to the punting situation. Let's see if they can do just that. Here's Montgomery around the left side. Can he turn the corner? Yes, he can. Got away from one or two tacklers. Let's see where they finally knocked him out of bounds. And looks like he's going to be short of the first down, but
Cover your ball carrier.
let's see where they spot it. Looks like they're going to spot it at about the 33-yard line. That's going to make it fourth down. Let's call it fourth down. I call it fourth down. Let's call it fourth down and 4. Well, Bob, I hate to say it, but this is an opportunity for the Piqua defense to take the ball away.
Yeah, we need to stop this. We need to stop that.
Braden Woods is the quarterback. Hands it off to Montgomery. Oh, Montgomery's going to, he got away from a couple tacklers, but I think he's going to be a little short.
Ryan Montgomery, your ball carrier.
And he is. The Indians are going to hold and take the ball away from
Possession on the field as
the Wildcats.
First and 10.
I'll tell you, Piqua tried to enable him to get the first down. There was a missed tackling there. I know he's difficult to tackle, but boy, you got to wrap him up. You got to get your face in there and wrap him up.
He almost spun around for the first down.
Yeah, I mean, it was not an easy stop by any means.
Let's see if the Indians can get something started offensively. Austin Davis out of the shotgun. Hands it off to Davon Brown. Davon trying the right side. Got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about all he got. Boy, defensively, this has been a strong performance by the Wildcats of Franklin.
Nathan Glossop with the tackle.
Just dominated the offensive line for Piqua. Just completely dominated.
No gain, second down and 10. Austin Davis this time going to operate out of the shotgun. Back to pass. Looking over to Colin Rowe. Colin's got the pass, but he's not going to be able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Completed pass, but no gain. A loss maybe of a yard.
Austin Davis's pass is
Boy,
complete
just
to
hadn't done
Colin
anything
Rowe.
offensively that the Indians should get started on, Bob.
Matt Centers with the tackle.
Started, and it's showing here on the scoreboard. Indians now facing a 3rd and 13.
Davis back to pass. Looking out to the right side, looking for the Hayden Scrub for a first down at the 42-yard line.
Austin Davis's pass is complete to Hayden Scrub and an Indian first down.
Hayden Scrub picked off the pass from Austin Davis. Good for a Piqua first down.
That was Indians' second first down for the ball game.
Cut number 21, Clay Winstead with the tackle for the Wildcats.
Couldn't afford to punt it away. First and 10. Indians up to the line of scrimmage. Handoff inside the Ben Smeezer. Ben Smeezer gets the midfield. That's about as far as Ben's gotten tonight. They've been really watching him. That time, Ben got the best. I think Ben got 6. Let's call it second down and 4.
Yeah, Ben's been held to 7 yards thus far in the ball game, plus that yardage. So the Indians, maybe they can open up that running game, but they're going to have to keep that Franklin defense honest.
Davis over center for Piqua. Hand off this time for Davon Brown. Davon tries the right side, but
Davon Brown, ball carrier.
He got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about all Davon could do. Third down. Let's go to third down and 4 again.
Almost forced to go to the air because they're not able to find any running room inside between the tackles. Cannot run the football.
Austin Davis from the shotgun. pass. Over the far side to Hayden Shrub again. Hayden picked it off on the far side.
Austin Davis's pass is complete to Hayden Shrub and another Indian first down.
Going to move the sticks to the 45-yard line. Well, the Indians are driving, Bob, but right now they got to keep the drive alive.
Have to sustain it. Some better execution now in the second half by Piqua. Passing game has looked fairly effective.
6:40 left to go, third quarter. Indians trail 14-0. Austin Davis waiting for the snap. Over on the far side. That time he had a chance to hit
Davis's pass is intended for number 17. Sam Herndon goes incomplete.
But it's incomplete. Second down and 10 for the Indians.
6:26 remaining in the third quarter. Piqua trails Franklin 14-0.
Indians cannot afford to give up possession without getting something on the scoreboard. Austin Davis in the shotgun. Looking downfield. Got Colin Rowe. Colin Rowe at the 21-yard line. And
pass is complete to number 2, Colin Rowe.
Colin Rowe got the first down and picked that up. Nice catch there by number 2, Colin Rowe.
Nice throw too by Davis. Nice pitch, nice catch. Colin Rowe found him a spot. And
that centers with a tackle.
Kind of settled in there, and the ball was right on target. Picks up the first down.
Indians on the drive. Austin Davis over center. Hands it off to Davon Brown. Davon Brown misses, gets away from the couple tackles. Gonna go and score! Davon Brown with a touchdown. Danced around, broke a couple tackles, and scores. So the Indians open the second half, Bob, offensively with a big touchdown. Now have a chance to make it a 14-7 ball game. Boy, was that one needed.
Hey, Davon Brown, very impressive.
Oh, Bob, hold on a minute. We're going to bring it back. Penalty on the Indians. Davon had an earlier run of a long way. They called that one back. This was a touchdown run. Now they called
holding as they call going against the
instead
Indians.
of 14-6, it's still 14-0. Now the Indians are faced with the first down and looks like at least 20. Oh, what a nasty break for the Indians there.
You needed that one badly.
They certainly did. Austin Davis in the shotgun. Back to pass. Over the center. He's got Hayden Shrub.
Davis' pass is complete to Cale Mextroff.
The pass at the 15-yard line.
Penalty coverage for the Wildcats, number 3, Kyle Reichert.
That penalty, now they've got it on the 15-yard line. It's going to be second down. Let's call it second down and 3.
This drive
second down short for the Indians.
From
the Wildcat 15.
If they execute well, the passing game has come alive and has helped push the Indians down the field.
Austin Davis over center. Hands it off to Davon Brown. Davon Brown skirts down the far side, gets inside the 5, doesn't score.
Brown, your ball carrier.
Got down at the 2-yard line, or the 3-yard line. Davon Brown's had a couple of good efforts here tonight.
Sure has. I don't see a flag.
I don't either. Well, wait a minute. Another holding called against the Indians. There's been a lot of penalties in this ball.
Block in the back goes against the Indians.
I'm not so sure our coaching staff is seeing eye to eye with some of these. There's another big gainer by Davon Brown called back. Poor young man struggling. 3 big gainers, all 3 of them called back by penalty. Second down and 8. Ball resting on the 20-yard line of the Franklin Wildcat. Austin Davis to the far side. Got a receiver. That's Hayden Shred, I believe, on the far
That
side.
was complete to Hayden Shrub.
About the 15-yard line.
They Winstead in on the coverage for the
And
Wildcats.
he did. First and 10 for the Indians.
First and goal,
They keep bouncing back from those penalties, Bob. I'll give the kids credit for that. Looks like it might be inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be first and goal. Ball resting right on the 10. 5 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in the third quarter. The Indians trail 14-0, but they are threatening. Austin Davis hands it off to Brown. Brown's going to go in for a score. Dave Brown. What a night he's having in front of the college. That one did. Dave Brown.
35, Kevin Brown with a touchdown run for the Indians.
He kept looking, I think he was looking for a flag. Kept looking back. No flag.
Well, they're going to put this 6 on the scoreboard. And now, Robbie Comstock trying to make it a 14-7 contest. The snap, the kick. Good. 5
Robbie Comstock's extra point is good. And with 5 10 remaining in his third quarter of play against the Franklin Wildcats 14. Your
in the third quarter. A lot of time left. Now the defense has to take it away.
Yeah, and that takes some of the momentum away from Franklin because anytime they don't have the football, obviously, they're not a threat to score. And they've been doing such a tremendous job. Took that football, just punched it down the field. Had a couple of bad breaks along the way. I mean, with the penalty call, but didn't allow that to stop it.
Just a reminder, you're watching Piqua High School football on the Indian Nation Station. Your home for Piqua Athletics on Channel 5. And again, thanks to our 2 sponsors, Unity National Bank and Gonzo Radio. Boy, was that a huge drive for the Indians. Now we'll see if the defense can take it away from them, Bob.
Need a stop here. Need a stop. Need a big stop.
Comstock is going to kick it deep. Deep for the Wildcats. Standing on his 9-yard line is Ryan Montgomery. Here's the whistle. Here's the kick. Going to go down to Montgomery. He's going to pick it off right at the 15. Over on the right side. Trying to turn the corner.
Richmond on the return.
Gets all the way down. All the way up to about the 50-yard line.
Correction, Montgomery on the return.
He was on that sideline, but they couldn't get him out of bounds.
Now, when the outside men on the kicking tee for Piqua have to go downfield, stay in their lanes. You can't be drawn into the middle too quickly because a guy like Montgomery will just kick up to the outside on you and look for space to run.
Going to eventually spot it on the Franklin 46-yard line. So first and 10 for the Wildcats. Quarterback is Braden Woods. Pass on the to the sideline here to Montgomery. Montgomery's going to have enough for a first down. Montgomery's going to take it down to the 40-yard line.
Taken out of bounds by Hayden Shrub, number 6. But
Hayden Shrub in on the coverage.
Montgomery picked up big yardage down to the Piqua 40 and picked up the first down.
So the Wildcats have it first and 10. 4:55 left to go in the third quarter. 14-7 Franklin over Piqua. The Indians trying to take it away. Braden Woods hands it off to Austin Gilbert. Austin Gilbert goes up the middle. Got 2, got 3. Let's see where they spot the football.
Gilbert to pick up a yard or 2 before being brought down by McKeegan and Coon.
Give him 3. Second down and 7.
Nice follow-up on the tackle by McKeegan Coon. A 6 foot, 203 pound sophomore came up with the rib to the ball carrier.
waiting for the snap. Braden Woods has got it, hands it off to Montgomery. Montgomery off left tackle. Gets about enough for a first down. It depends on where they're going to spot it. Looks like he might be just a little bit short, and he is. Let's call it third down and a long one. And now the Indian defense trying to see whether or not they can corral him.
They'll bring up third down and 2 for the Wildcats.
I think we'll hit a 4-down situation.
Yeah, once again. Hey, the thing about Franklin too, they don't put the ball on the ground much. They have one interception early, but other than that, they take good care of the football. It's hard for them. It's hard for the defense to make them turn loose.
Hand off this time to Winstead. He's going to have enough for a first down and then a little bit more down to the 25-yard line. In fact, I think, Bob, that's their only turnover of the night.
It is. And right now, the offense continues to dominate the line of scrimmage. They just knock Piqua off the football, and the running backs have room to run.
1st and 10. The ball's resting on the Piqua 25. 3:20 left to go, third quarter. 14-7. Franklin over Piqua. I'm impressed by the young quarterback, Bob.
Yeah, he came in.
Played with a lot of poise, didn't he?
Probably hadn't had a whole lot of chances here to play. He comes in, he's like a veteran boy.
He's going to throw it on the far side to Montgomery. And Montgomery down the sideline, gets all the way inside. Oh my God, did he score?
Yep.
He went down the sideline and went all the way into the end zone. It looked like a couple of Indians were ready to knock him out of bounds. Weren't able to do it. He's able to dance all the way down the far sideline for a score. Bob, that one hurt.
It sure did. Just again, tackling has been non-existent here by the Indians, and you don't need to give a back like Montgomery any edge because he's good enough on his own.
Here comes the extra point try. The kick is up. Yeah, we had a I believe Franklin called timeout. Not exactly sure what that's all
I
about.
think it was a personnel move. They must not have had the right personnel on the field. They run a kid in here now.
Now we're getting ready for the point after. Boy, it seemed like he was a little late in substituting, but there was no penalty. So Matt Snyder trying to make it a 21-7 game. Kick is up. It is good. 2:51 left to go in the third quarter. Franklin 21 and Piqua 7.
Fans, tonight's football game is being taped and shown on the new Indian Nation station on Spectrum's Channel 5. The game will be aired on Monday night at 5:30
right
p.m.
back.
as well as various
And we
times
did a little of
throughout
that
the week.
last week, but
The game can also be
we're
viewed
going to
on
be faced with it again.
campusnation.com.
This time we're two scores down. After the last offensive drive, you have to be encouraged.
Yeah, the Indians need to answer this one once again because you almost feel like with the offense Franklin has, they're going to score again, and at least one. And the Indians certainly can't afford to drop more than 2 touchdowns behind. So something has to happen.
We'll take this opportunity and introduce tonight's varsity football cheerleader.
Let's see what happens.
We'd like to recognize Maya Woodruff,
Indians are going to
Maya
send
Lawrence,
Ben
Jane Schneider, as well as Lauren Mitchell, Kaylee Cremines, Crystal Pritchett, and Audrey Jackman, along with Bree Kessler, Skylar Bunninger, Olivia Booth, Kristen Kemp, and Jenna McKenzie, as well as their varsity cheerleader coach, Morgan Moore. Ladies and gentlemen, their varsity cheerleaders.
Kicking it off will be number 44. That's Brian Thacker.
Next drop, Shrub and Schmeezing deep for the Indians.
Here's the kick. Hayden Shrub going to take it, bobbles it, picks it back up at the 10-yard line. He's got some running room down the far side, gets all the way up to the 35-yard line.
Shrub on the return.
Hayden Shrub returns it to the 35. Decent field position as the Indians take over 1st and 10.
That's the second
Number 43, Gage Johnson with the tackle.
He turned it around and got some yardage out of it, but could have been a disastrous situation.
Let's see what the Indians do offensively. Last time they had the football, they put it in the end zone. Austin Davis in the shotgun. Hands it off to Davon Brown. Davon Brown's got the running all the way up to the 46-yard line.
Davon Brown, your ball
down. This young fellow's been impressive tonight, Bob.
Yeah, the draw play worked
Winstead
real well.
with the tackle.
And Devon Brown, he find daylight and he did a good job. Took it out to the 46. The Indians pick up the first down.
2.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. 21-7. Franklin over Piqua. Officials timeout. I'm not so sure why. Well, one thing we do have to recognize, Bob, is that Braden White, their starting quarterback, who's a fine athlete, he went out in the first quarter and has not returned.
And they're doing all this without him with the backup, and the backup is performing well.
Yes, he has. Braden Woods. I think we're ready to put the ball in play. 1st and 10, ball resting on the Piqua 46-yard line. Again, what the delay is over there, Bob, I'm not so sure. I understand what it might be. Now, 3 of the officials are on the...
Is it a sideline situation? They're crowding too close to the sideline or something?
I'm not sure, but I think they've got somebody who got a little too ambitious there, and they're going to ask him to leave. Yes, they've got somebody that's being asked to leave the premises. Wow, you don't see that very often, but he obviously was unhappy with something, and so the official is walking him off the gridiron.
And he's still talking.
Yes, he's still not happy, is
It doesn't look like a coach. All the coaches have red shirts on.
Yeah.
I think I don't know who this guy is.
Well, we're going to wait until he leaves the field before they put the ball in play. You don't see that happen very often. He's been asked to leave. I think now we're ready to go.
I just wonder if he'll be required to leave the stadium.
Don't like to see that, do you?
I don't know.
Don't like to see anybody lose their cool to the point where they are ejected from the game. Indians with the ball. 1st and 10. They've got it on their own 46-yard line. Handoff this time. Oh, this time it goes to Davon Brown, but I'm not so sure. Let's see if Davon Brown getting off the bottom of the stack. Didn't have much left there. Let's see if we can't give him a little bit of yardage. Let's give him a yard. 2nd down and 9. Indians up to the line of scrimmage. 2 wide outs to the top side, 2 to the near side. And Austin Davis from the shotgun. Back to pass. Looking to the far sideline. Piqua receiver picked it off. I believe that is. Oh, that I think is Owen Toops. Owen Toops picks it off on the far sideline, and it looks like it's about a yard short of a first down.
They're close to a first down, 3rd and short. And you almost think if the Indians don't get it on 3rd down, they'd go for it on 4th here. 1:12 remaining in the third quarter. The Indians trailing 21-7.
Indians up to the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 1. Austin Davis over center. Quarterback sneak. Oh boy. It could be awfully close, Bob. I think they're going to probably end up measuring this one. Let's see if the officials are convinced he got enough for a first down.
Yeah.
Boy, that is close.
I think it's short.
I do too. Exactly what the referee says. He's short. 4th down, 4th down. I would imagine we're talking 4th down and a foot. Hayden Shrub coming in with a play from the Piqua sideline. Austin Davis over center. Another, oh Bob. I'm not so sure that Austin Davis got his ball
on the field.
In fact, I don't believe he did. In fact, the celebrations on the Franklin side, I think they held and took the ball away. Oh, talk about a tough situation. 3rd down in the yard, and the Indians have to give it back to the Wildcats.
That could be the deciding
That, I think you're right, Bob.
2 shots at the yard, you don't get it, and turn the ball over close to midfield. What a boost for the Franklin football team. Didn't quite understand the call on the second quarterback. First one was unsuccessful. And you could tell the Indians were not getting that push off the offensive line. They needed to come back with a little different offensive play.
And that's going to end the 3rd quarter of play here at Alexander Stadium. 21-7. Franklin over Piqua. Reminder, you're watching Piqua High School football on the Indian Nation Station. You're home for Piqua Athletics on Channel 5. Again, thanks to our 2 sponsors, Unity National Bank and Gonzo Radio, for helping us bring this telecast to you. Oh, Bob, talk about a tough situation. That is about as tough as it gets.
Perfect, and we're extremely excited about finding home.
3rd and 1, and we couldn't get the first down. 4th and 1, and they took it away from us. Oh, now, how about a turnover and giving it right back to the Indians? They have been pretty stingy in the turnover department, too. Woods, the quarterback, hands it off to Montgomery. Montgomery around the corner, here to the near sideline. Got back to the line of scrimmage, stopped by Ben Schmeezing. If he got a yard, that's about as much as we can give him. I think half a yard.
I tell you something about Montgomery, too. Not only does he have pretty quick, good speed, and he's strong.
There's a couple forces around the area.
And he runs through some tackles. An arm tackle is not.
Walking out of 21, Shawnee 7.
He's going to put a hat in the shoulder.
And Milton Union 22, Northwestern 7.
Braden Woods is the quarterback. Gets the snap. He's going to pass the ball to the far sideline. Gets it over to number 8. That is Austin Gilbert. Austin Gilbert's going to about the 49-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down. Let's call it 3rd down and 4. I hate to say it, Bob. This is another big play for the Piqua defenders.
And we need to stop here.
Mr. 14, Delta St. John's, nothing.
Get the football back.
Willington 38, Butler Aviators 27 in the 3rd.
Let's see what happens as the Wildcats come to the line of scrimmage.
Central 13.
Hand off to Montgomery around the right side. Montgomery's going to have enough for a first down. Pitch out from Woods to Montgomery around the right side. Able to turn the corner enough to get a first down. That hurt, Bob.
One other score from around the Miami Valley. It's Bell Fountain 30, Detroit Trojans 14.
Keep the clock moving, and the clock right now is going to become important before too long.
Well, Ryan Montgomery is Mr. Dependable. They can count on him to get short yardage, no matter what the situation is. He's going to find a way to squeeze it out for
Wildcats up to the line of scrimmage. Hand off to Montgomery around the right side again. Turns the corner, got enough height for another first down. Put one other going to tell us that he was a little short, going to be taken down to the ball. Ball resting on the Piqua 37-yard line. Brayden Woods is the quarterback. Sophomore waits for the snap. This time, I think Montgomery's got it. No, not Montgomery. Winstead's got it. Winstead over to the right tackle.
Dropped in a Wildcat backfield. Flag on the foot.
Down, it's pretty close. Let's see what they tell us.
There's a flag on the
Red number 85, very tight with the tackle.
Wait for the signal from the referee. Holding call. Face mask against Piqua. Oh my. For a while those penalties
Face masking is a call against the Indians.
making Piqua look good. That one, of course, is the exact opposite. It gives Franklin another first down. Ball resting right on the 40-yard line. Here's the snap. Brayden Woods hands it off to Montgomery. Montgomery off right tackle. Another yellow flag.
Ryan Montgomery, your ball carrier. Flag on the play.
The official is pointing towards the
Condon with the tackle.
Franklin side of the field. I think that's exactly the call, Bob. Yep, holding call against Franklin. Boy, there's been a lot of penalties tonight.
Oh, wow, yeah, both sides.
Holding is the call against the Wildcats.
So the ball goes back to the 29-yard line. Let's call it first and, I think first and 20 wouldn't be too far off. Here comes the snap. Brayden Woods hands it off to Montgomery. Montgomery, broke a couple tackles, still on his feet, inside the 25-yard. I believe he dropped the ball.
On the field.
The penalty, let's see who might have gotten it. Piqua gets the ball. Montgomery tossed it up and Piqua caught it.
Broke 2 or 3 tackles in the front.
Ryan Montgomery, your ball
He
carrier.
must have got a hat on the football, dislodged it, and the Indians jumped on it.
Credit Hayden Shrub with the
big
fumble
turnover.
recovery for the Indians.
Now the Indians have to do something on the offensive side of the football, Bob.
I think it may have been Hayden Shrub that fell on that football for the Indians. It was big there. The Indians now first and 10 on their own 22-yard line.
3 wide outs here to the near side, one to the top side, as Austin Davis goes to the shotgun. Back to pass. Ooh, getting some pressure, now he's going to run, but is stopped after a very short game.
Austin Davis, your ball carrier.
I'm not so sure, Bob, that was a running play, but I think he felt that everybody was covered and was trying to get a little yardage and didn't get much, maybe a yard.
He looked downfield, looked at 2 or 3 different receivers, and there was no separation between the receiver and the defensive play, and thought the better throw. So he just tucked it in and tried to pick up a little bit of
And the Indians up to the line of scrimmage. Austin hands it off this time, I believe, to Davon Brown. Davon Brown tries the right side, but
Devon Brown, your ball carrier.
in fact, I'm not so sure he got back to the line of scrimmage. Well, he didn't, because it's still 3rd down and 10. Boy, that defense of the Franklin Wildcats had played very well by them. We're down here for the Indians. They need to keep possession for good. Timeout called by Franklin. A reminder, you're watching high school football on the Indian Nation Station, your home for Piqua Athletics. Thanks to our two sponsors, Unity National Bank and Gonzo Radio. Again, next week the Indians go to West Carrollton. We won't be there for that one, but the Indians will go to West Carrollton. I believe that's the They'll go to West Carrollton next Friday night. And I think the next time, next week, I think they come home from Xenia, if I'm not mistaken. That's the schedule, but yes, I do. Yeah, then Xenia, well, back 2 home games in a row. Xenia, and then that battle. But right now, the Indians got bigger fish to fry than West Carrollton and Xenia. They need to keep possession of the football, and they're facing a 3rd and 10 situation.
6:59 remaining in the ball game. If we want to get back in it, this is critical right here. We said that 4 or 5 times tonight, but this is another critical situation.
Awesome. Looking down the middle, trying to find Caleb Extrop, clips to it. It falls incomplete. So that means we're going to have to bring in the punting unit.
Davidson pass intended from Extrop goes incomplete.
Boy, that's a tough change of possession, Bob.
Sure is.
That'll bring up 4th down for the Indians.
Back with good field position.
Ryan Montgomery deep for the Wildcats.
And the clock is starting to be a factor.
Right, and you've got Ryan Montgomery deep for Frank.
Micah Carnes to punt for the Indians.
I'd almost I'd kick it one way or the other away from him. I wouldn't kick it high right to him, let him field it in the air.
Waiting for the snap. Mick's waiting on his 10-yard line. Here's the kick. Fair catch called for by Ryan Montgomery. So the
Fair catch was called.
Franklin Wildcats are going to put it in play near midfield. 1st and 10. Under the 7-minute mark, but right now the scoreboard says Franklin has 21 and Piqua has 7.
And Franklin has the ball.
And that's the bad news. Now we'll see what Brad Childers decides to do. I would imagine at this point in time, Bob, he'd like to keep the clock running. He doesn't have to pass because he's got Ryan Montgomery to run.
I would ride the horse not this far after they get the football.
I think you're right. Guess what? Montgomery with the ball. Right up the gut. On a handoff from quarterback. Looks like he got about 9 yards.
The front 4 from 7 from Piqua is not going to slow them down. Very much all actually.
Leading a charge defensively for the Indians. Number 51,
yards, Montgomery will have gained by the time this one's over. 2nd down, let's call it 2nd down and 2. Gain of 8. Ryan Montgomery, an awfully good football running back.
He had 96 in the first one.
He's got this one too, spins away from the tackler. I saw a flag on the play. Had enough for the 1st down, but with the flag on the play, going to be another holding call.
Holding calls for the Wildcats.
This one goes against Franklin. So they move the ball back to the Franklin 46-yard line. 2nd down, and let's call it 2nd down and 12.
He just needs to stop. He needs to stop behind the line of scrimmage. Haven't seen many of those tonight.
We have not. This is Winstead. Winstead tries one tackle. Got back basically the original line of scrimmage, no more than that. But does eat up another 25 seconds on the clock.
Schmeeling with the tackle.
And give him a yard, third down. Let's go to third down and 11. Third down and 11 as the clock continues to tell us that it's 5:28 left, 21-7 is the score in favor of the visitors from Franklin High
Bring
School.
up third down and 10 for the Wildcats.
Derek Kite's out again for Piqua. Must be his shoulder, Katie.
I didn't see that, Bob. That is not good news. Yep, there he is on the Piqua bench. Third down and 10. Braden Woods, the quarterback, back to pass. On the far side, over to Kinzer. Kinzer gets away from a couple tacklers and gets all the way down to about the 36-yard line. Good for another Franklin first down.
It's on the coverage for the Indians, number 37, McKeegan.
Whether it's running the football, throwing the football, just completely dominating the football game right now. And they're third and long, you know, not first and second. They have to make a play, and they always find a way to do it.
First and 10. Ball resting on the Piqua 37-yard line. And off to Montgomery around the right side. Cuts back in. Down inside the 35-yard line.
Your ball carrier.
Looks like he got 3 or 4. We said that before, Bob.
Yeah.
He always gets 3 or 4. Let's see where they're going to spot the football. Let's give him 3. Second down and 7. Time is now.
Fans, the Indians will be back in action next week. It's an away game at West Carrollton with a 7 o'clock kickoff. We'll be back home on 9/22, 2 weeks from tonight, against Xenia.
Waiting for the snap. The sophomore quarterback gives it off to Montgomery. Coming to this near sideline. They're going to stop him inside the 40-yard line. Looks like he got down to about the, let's see where they spot him. Thought they had him, Bob. I still think he got a couple yards on him.
Fans, get your 50-50 tickets ready. The announcement will be here in just a couple of minutes. There'll be a white ticket.
Yeah, looks like he got 2 or 3 on that.
Winning 50-50 is worth $362.
Coming to the 3-minute mark in the ball game. Braden Woods is the quarterback for Franklin. Hands it off to Winstead. Oh, the ball's on the ground. Let's see who's going to pick it up. Winstead covered himself. Winstead coughed it up and was able to pick it up at midfield. Would have been a big break for the Indians, Bob.
They just didn't get a good
winning ticket.
handoff. And
it's number 472-800. It's worth $362. Again, that's winning ticket number 472-800. The 50-50 winnings can be picked up here in the home side press box. First fourth down for the Wildcats.
That's Montgomery. He's their punter. He's done everything but sell popcorn at the halftime, Bob.
And Hayden Schrupp deep for the Indians.
They're all together player, Mr. Inside, Mr. Outside, and Mr. Special Teams.
Now we've got a timeout.
Timeout, Wildcats.
Wildcats from Franklin called timeout. A reminder, we're watching Piqua High School football on the Indian Nation Station, your home for Piqua Athletics. Thanks to our 2 sponsors, Unity National Bank and Gonzo Radio. Next week, the Indians travel to West Carrollton. The week after that, they come back home to Xenia. And the following week, they host us in the Yellow Jacket. And the Yellow Jackets are pretty good, Bob.
No question about that. There's some good teams in our division this year. Some good teams out of our division. We've seen a couple in the past 2 weeks.
Well, the Indians come back on the field quickly. Bill Leaf didn't spend much time talking to them. Sent them right back out. Here come the Wildcats.
The other day, maybe weight strengthening, resistance. and body weight. And so by that constant muscle
Ryan Montgomery going to punt it away, standing on his own 31-yard line. Montgomery is finally going to kick it. And picked off by Hayden Scruggs at the 15-yard line.
He got the snap and he ran with the football off to the right and stopped. I guess he was trying to see if Piqua was going to come up and try to defend him, and then he decided to punt it. That was obviously a planned play.
So the Indians have the ball deep in their own territory, however. 1st and 10. We're at the 2-minute mark in this ball game. 21-7 Franklin. Austin Davis going to throw the football. Going to throw it on the far sideline, but threw it over the head of his receiver.
Austin Davis's pass intended for Owen Toops goes incomplete.
Owen Toops wasn't able to pull it down, so it goes incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
Kinzer, the coverage.
We have not seen a lot of our pass receivers as open as they were last week, Bob.
No. And I think also Franklin, the defenders, there's some tall guys out there. Kinzer 6'2", Kyle Richards 6'3". It makes it a little difficult to throw a pass if they're in front of the receiver. They can go up in the air and deflect that thing and bat it down.
Austin Davis over the middle, intended for Cale Mextroth.
Pass intended for Cale Mextroth goes incomplete.
Cale was wide open too. That ball was just overthrown, not very well thrown at all. Kyle Davis is not having one of his best nights of the season.
You're right. So that brings up a 3rd down and 10. Clock stopped with 1:55 left to go in the ball game. Franklin 21, Piqua 7. Back to pass is Austin Davis. Can't pass, now he's going to run. Going to get to the 20-yard line before he's dropped by a host of white jerseys.
Austin Davis, your ball carrier.
Let's see what where they spot the football. Oh boy. Of all things to be in this position and have to punt it away, Bob. Here comes Mick Karn coming in to punt for Piqua. And Ryan Montgomery standing right at midfield.
Yeah, the clock keeps ticking. 1:18 left in the ball.
Montgomery deep for the Wildcats.
21-7.
Karn to kick for the Indians.
Mick Karn standing on his own 5-yard line. And Bill Neese says we need timeout. Timeout on the field by the Piqua Indians. Reminder, you're watching Piqua High School football on the Indian Nation station. Your home for Piqua Athletics. Thanks to our 2 sponsors, Unity National Bank and Gonzo Radio. Again, next week the Indians travel to West Carrollton. We will not be covering that one, but for the following 2 weeks, first at Xenia and then at Sydney, we'll be bringing you both of those ball games. Well, Bob, I don't know exactly what you tell your players at this point in the ball game. It has not been a very pleasant evening. Bob, when you look at tonight and you look at last Friday, is the difference basically just the opponent? Or was our kids just flat, or they didn't have the spark?
No, I think Austin Davis hadn't thrown the ball like he threw last week, and I think the Franklin defense may be better than the Trotwood defense.
Yes.
Timeout, Wildcats.
The line of scrimmage.
And again, now Franklin's going to call a timeout. Now, I'm not so certainly what kind of game we're playing here, but right now.
Fans of boys soccer team won their second straight match last night by defeating Fairport 6-2. The
Bob,
Indians are now 3-1 on the season and host
you'll be able
Fairmont
to
at
diagnose a
Stadium
little
on
better than I
Saturday
will,
at noon.
but the Indians never got in rhythm, I guess you might say that.
No, not at all. Never really, only one first down in the first half. I don't know how many in the second half.
The athletic department would like to thank the American Legion for once again being the sponsor of all Piqua Indian touchdowns at Alexander Stadium. American Legion is donating $100 for every touchdown scored by the Indians at home. So far, the Indians have earned $1,600. Thank you, American Legion, for your generosity in helping the Indians win on and off the field.
He's a really a four-star guy.
And in spite of the fact that their starting quarterback went off early, didn't seem to hamper the Wildcats at all.
No, act like it didn't really happen.
Well, now we're going to throw the ball on fourth down. Austin Davis over the middle. Oh, intercepted! Intercepted by, let's see if we can pick up his number. And intercepted by number 16 for
Austin Davis' pass is intercepted.
and that's Ryan Knipper. Oh my, Bob, of all things, an interception.
I didn't understand him in that situation,
So now the Wildcats are going to get the ball with 49 seconds. Now it'll be interesting to see what the Franklin coach decides to do. There's no sense in my judgment to do anything but take a knee and run the clock. Let's see whether or not he would agree with that philosophy. And I believe that's exactly what he's going to do. They're going to take a knee and run out the clock. That's the way it should be, Bob. There's no sense in doing anything differently. This ball game's been decided for some time. He took a knee. Okay, the clock will start. 45 seconds and counting. They'll wait for the 25-second clock to go down. Right now, some of the players are shaking hands with each other. A little premature, but not much. 25 seconds left to go.
Maybe only one more play and this one will be over.
I think you're right. I think you're right. And that's exactly what's going to happen. That's the last the final score of this ball game. Franklin 21 and Piqua 7. Now we're going to have a chance.
Once again, fans are going to be on the road next week.
We're going to see whether or not Coach Tracy
and West Carrollton is back here at Alexander Stadium on 9/22.
And then we'll recap it.
Fans, thanks for coming out this evening. Have a safe drive home.
Take a look at a little bit of next week. Final score 21-7, Franklin over Piqua. Franklin goes 3-0, Piqua goes 1-2. And the football computer ratings come out next week. Right now we have Coach Tracy stopping by. Let me give you his headset.
Thank you.
Adjusted, Rick. Adjusted for you. Okay?
I wanted to make sure
okay?
we got out of here. Okay.
Coach, sometimes tough nights, this is one of them.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. It's not very nice when you come off on the left side of that scoreboard.
Guy by the name of Montgomery for Franklin, just one heck of a football player. No matter what he did it right. Every time he touched the ball, he was going to get positive yardage. I'm not sure if it was some of our tackling, or I think that may have helped him, but he's still good football.
They use him in so many different ways that it's a tough situation. He's got speed, he's got some nice strength, he broke tackles. And we knew that's going to, we had to tackle him and we didn't do it.
I was amazed when he came in as a Wildcat. He threw the football, and it looked like he'd been practicing that position all fall. I mean, wow. I mean, quarterback went down. They didn't seem to lose much.
He started at quarterback as a sophomore. So
Did he really?
Yeah, he was the starter. Played a lot of quarterback last year. So
It was a natural position for him.
yeah, he's done it before.
Yeah, obviously. Told me, I said, boy, what a skilled athlete he is. Nothing seemed to work for us. When we did have an opportunity to move the ball, penalty would call it back, bring it back. And the things just didn't fall the way we wanted them to.
The story of every football game is what you do at the line of scrimmage. And I thought we lost that battle both ways on the line of scrimmage. And when that happens, it's a struggle. The nice thing is we had some adversity. We fought back. It's 14-7, and then we don't make a 4th and 1 with 2 quarterbacks leads. And that hurts.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that about losing the battle. I'd rather hear it from you, but I agree. The whole game, we just get knocked off the football. They wanted to run a dive or anything inside. They gained sometimes 2 or 3 yards on the tackle. Again, strength of the ball carrier, ability to find a hole. But, we knew coming in this was a good football team. And they could probably run the board very easily, and they'll be in a position to be in the playoffs. But we have to look forward to next week with another game coming up. West Carrollton. Don't know much about them. I don't. Do you have any feel for them?
We'll get after it here tomorrow. So.
Hey, Coach, again, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate your time. And we'll talk to you next home game.
Thank you. Yeah.
Bob, we've got the final stats, so why don't we have you review those final stats for us at this time.
Hey, people may want to plug their ears, I don't know, but here they are. Of course, the final score was Franklin 21, Piqua 7. First down, Franklin had 20 first downs, Piqua had 6. Rushing, Franklin rushed 37 times for 177 yards. Piqua rushed 18 times for 35 yards. Passing, Franklin was 15 for 21, 206 yards, 1 interception. Piqua 11 for 20, 120 yards, 1 interception. Total offensive plays, Franklin 58 plays for 383 yards. Piqua 38 plays, 155 yards. Fumbles, each team fumbled once and lost 1. Penalties, Franklin penalized 9 times for 78 yards. Piqua 8 times for 90 yards. Kind of evenly matched there. Possession time, Piqua brought that stat up a little bit in the second half. Franklin had the ball for 29 minutes and 5 seconds. Piqua had it for 18 minutes and 6 seconds. Individual leaders, Ryan Montgomery, 26 carries, 152 yards. Braden White, 1 carry, 14 yards. Clay Winstead, 6 carries, 6 yards. For Piqua, Devin Brown, 10 carries for 24 yards. Ben Smeezing, 4 carries for 12 yards. Austin Davis, 4 carries for -1. There's the big difference. When Piqua can't run the football, they're in trouble. Passing, Austin Davis, 11 for 21, interception, 120 yards. Braden Woods, 11 for 11. And that's a guy came off the bench. 11 for 11, 168 yards, 1 TD. Braden White, 4 for 9 throwing the football, 1 interception, 38 yards. Austin Davis, 11 for 20, 1 interception, 120 yards. Receiving, Hayden Shrub, 6 receptions, 55 yards. Kale Mextroth, 2 receptions, 37 yards. Colin Rowe, 2 receptions, 20 yards. Owen Toops, 1 reception, 8 yards. For Franklin, Jared Kinzer, their main receiver, 4 receptions, 80 yards. Ryan Montgomery, 4 receptions, 68 yards. Austin Gilbert, 3 receptions, 28 yards. Brian Russell, 1 reception, 15 yards. Punting, Franklin only punted once, 29 yards. Micah Karn for Piqua punted 5 times, 142 yards. Punt returns, Brian Montgomery returned 1 for no yards. Micah Karn returned 1 for no yards. Coach Krejci said it. I'm glad he said it. When I asked him what happened to the offense, we lost the battle at the line of scrimmage. We just could not block Franklin, and they could block us. And And when that happens, the game gets out of control, and I think that's what happened. We didn't allow ourselves to get in position to make any movement on the goal line. We were always in our own territory, and when we get close to midfield, commit some kind of a penalty or other miscue that would take us out of any scoring situation.
Well, the statistics pretty much were reflected on the scoreboard, Bob.
Oh yeah, 21-7, and maybe is that a little misleading?
I'll be real honest with you. When you look at this ball game, and you said it several times, this ball game was dominated by Franklin.
Yeah, I think from the get-go, you could just tell they came out. They played hard, intense football. And I think they were a better football team tonight.
Well, let's not worry about next week, because next week the Indians are going to travel to West Carrollton. Our next telecast, however, is going to be the following week on September 22nd when the Xenia Buccaneers come to Piqua. Well, that's the story tonight from Alexander Stadium with the final score, Franklin 21, Piqua 7. A reminder that next telecast will be on September 22nd when Xenia comes to town. We'd like to thank the Piqua City Schools, the Piqua Athletic Department, Piqua head coach Bill Nath, athletic director Chip Hare, media teacher Damien Skeens, Thomas Beck, our TriCaster, AJ Ganger, our director, and the students of Piqua High School that helped us film this ball game. You've been watching Piqua High School football on the Indian Nation station, your home for Piqua Athletics on Channel 5. Again, the final score tonight was Franklin 21, Piqua 7. Until the next time, this is Dwayne Bachman, along with Bob Luby saying, good night, everybody.